has begun.
Wow. Oh my god.
Wow. What?
Holy shit, wow.
Wow, it's the stream. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another stream where we play some Dungeons and Dragons, minus the dragons part. Well, kind of dragons. There's Mirith,
Hi.
who's kind of a dragon-ish, sort of.
Dargul feels like one.
Oh, and Dargul, yeah, I forgot he's a dragonborn. But anyways, how you guys doing? No, half dragon, but actually. Oh, but that's not okay. As close as a player character. Okay. But anyways, hey, if you like Dungeons and Dragons and have some free time on Thursdays, I know, right? Thursday, crazy. We do a second game here where Justin and Alex and a couple new faces, and by a couple I mean one, Burn, and Maddie also plays. And they play in a game of guilds, and it's a good time. So you should come down and see it.
He is goofy.
Goofy times.
It's fun.
Goofy.
It's real fun.
But anyways, let's. Oh, the music is no longer working for me, so I'm going to begin it again. There it
Who
goes.
did this?
Whose ass is grass?
Who's getting mutilated?
Last time, you all had been in the province of Cargill, and you saw family for one of you, friends for some of you, new ones and old ones, and then stumbled upon a hill giant in a cage, which was a very strange thing. And that's not the strangest part. It was seemingly banging its head repeatedly off of the cage in an effort to escape. After investigating, seeing one guard dead and one knocked out, you investigated the abyssal chanting coming off from around the cage. Shortly after, a odd entity of gray fur and gnollish-like appearance with a pig's nose at the end of the snout, and chuckling a maddening laugh, it had disrupted your group, turned invisible, and escaped for now. You subdued the hill giant and purchased that hill giant from the owner of the fight pits. And it is as the nightmares that Torin
Oh, that's
and
right.
Nyx had suffered of the maddening entity, and you wake up in the morning, that is where we begin.
We have a point of exhaustion and
Yep.
And
a fucking hill giant
M1,
to get out
which
of here.
totally is not madness ratings. Totally not.
No.
I'm not sure.
No, it's
there's
not.
no
It's
way.
Alex, you're so dumb. It's mouse one.
Yeah.
Duh.
No.
There will constantly be one mouse following you around.
That
Yeah,
actually
It's
sounds
mouse one click. I am the Pied Piper.
Oh God.
Yeah,
Torin
I
just
beat all the children.
Torin just pulls out a flute.
Thorax Artemis follows with.
I don't know what y'all are talking about. Dargul stuff great.
Oh yeah, he slept fine.
Yeah.
So did Mirith. Mirith was up a little late studying and doing wizard stuff, but she's fine now.
I really wish I could say
She
that.
needed a break.
Yeah. She did a self-care day.
Yep. Day off.
Damn.
I don't need to deal with any giants or anything today. I just need to read, sleep.
Yep. Did both of those things. Though it was
Watch ominously.
it was fairly hard in the earlier hours because there was a party going on in the tavern you were staying at.
You find a library.
To change your icons.
Civilized place.
Oh wow, Mirith's here. Wow,
Where-
crazy.
I don't know where Dargul is, but you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, neither do I.
Hey, Kelson's here.
Oh, fuck.
He's back from the dead. Wow.
Whoa!
Wow.
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 There it is.
All right, what are y'all doing? It's morning.
I walk downstairs. I look at the barkeep.
Hey.
Get me black coffee.
All right.
Black hair. Then the blackest black. Times infinity.
Huh. He slides slides the black coffee your way. Enjoy.
I down that shit.
All right, it's very hot, and it burns your tongue, but it is very refreshing, and you awaken instantly. Your bird body now filled with caffeine.
This Dargo approaches after Torin, so this very large, imposing individual, and just says, "Coffee as well, 2 sugars, half cup of cream, please."
All right, sounds good. He gets
Torn
it up
has that
and ready.
look in his eye, that little twitch of like, I'm done. I'm like, I'm really done for the day, and it's barely begun.
Mirith
And
walks down.
Nyx will come down to the only thing out of place is the bags under her eyes.
Ah.
As she's adjusting her hair just to make it all fit into the ponytail. Doing it up. Whew, okay, I only have the bangs. Nope, there's a long strand. Do it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Mirith.
Mirith walks downstairs and orders bacon
Bacon.
You
and
get
eggs.
you get
and
many baked bacons
Good.
and baked.
Many baked eggs.
Many
Yes.
baked eggs. Yes.
bacon eggs.
Bacon eggs. Begs.
Yeah, eggs.
Fuck, man.
Thanks
With,
for
like,
bits in the morning.
Can you tell my brain is like?
Yeah. Would like
Oh,
one
man.
bag, please.
ADHD brain.
Oh.
Kitty!
That's a
Cat.
Yeah.
Surprised it wasn't me. I was like, that's too close to the mic to be me.
Monty.
Cat.
Monty. He's orange, right?
Yep.
He's a bastard.
He's a good kitty. Except
He's a
when he breaks my
bastard.
things.
He's a dumb bastard. All orange cats are dumb bastards.
He is. But he's a sweetheart too.
That's true.
He's my dumb bastard.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It's something genetic about orange cats. They're just the dumbest bitches alive.
Damn. Pretty dumb.
Oh.
I feel like there's some animosity towards Jack.
Yeah. Shit.
Uh-oh.
Orange cats are dumb cats.
Wow.
Jack was like an orange, like tabaxi kind of thing.
He was
I
really a
said cat.
Bengal
I didn't
tiger.
say tabaxi.
Yeah.
There's
Tomato, tomato.
He's
See,
a cat
there's
that walks
difference.
around.
Yeah, he's
Okay.
a bipedal cat.
Mirith eats meat and eggs and good food.
Obtain sustenance obtained,
Yep.
and the rest of you also obtain sustenance. Well done. You've
Works.
won Dungeons and Dragons.
Yep.
We have won Dungeons and Dragons. Good
Back to
session,
bed.
guys.
All right, good session, everyone. Good night.
Level to
Night.
9,
By the way,
right?
at level 4.
Yeah, level 20 actually.
Ah, hell
Oh
yeah.
my
Okay.
God.
Now we can start the game. Now we can, like, maybe actually play.
Hell yeah.
Oh my god. The Loki soul in there. It's good.
Loki.
Oh
no,
man.
it's no salt. It's just-
Time to introduce level drain from first edition.
Oh no.
For only wizards. It's weird.
Yeah, it's odd how that works. Of the
Hey.
Yep.
of the sorrow
Remember-
human
You
variety.
remember an old D&D where wizards
Yeah,
had a
yeah.
D4 and hit die? Let's bring that back.
Hell yeah.
Bring that back.
Yeah, let's
How about
reduce your
every
HP a bit.
Every time I use a spell, I just, like, lose, like, 1 int. Just as the stat.
Oh man, that'd be brutal
Like,
as
yeah,
fuck.
Oh my god.
It takes some intelligence to use a spell.
You get to cast 18 spells for the rest of your wizarding career.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah, damn.
Oh
Ah.
my
Holy moly.
Wizard is now balanced.
It is.
god.
Congratulations.
We did it.
We
got
did it.
We
We
did it.
finally stopped.
Balanced wizard.
Alright. What are y'all
Oh.
doing?
Call me wizard
I just kind of
with
look
ghosts.
around at everyone. I'm assuming, like, we're all at the same table or something.
Yeah.
What
Torm looks
happened
angry.
yesterday?
Oh, right.
Y'all have a good
Went
day?
to visit my family yesterday. It went
Oh,
better than I expected.
that's wonderful.
I have a niece now.
Oh, you didn't know
Mm-hmm.
before?
Nope. She's 3.
That's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Family?
She's sweet.
Mira kind of
Um,
smiles a little.
Actually,
Barkeep, can I
I've
have
got someone I
another
want you to
coffee?
meet, Mira.
Oh,
He slides another coffee over.
Course.
who?
Okay, so yeah, someone I want Mira to meet. I had other plans for today. We were gonna. That's right. We
You
were gonna
still
go
need to do
to
that.
the pit, the Stones pit, and we need to take care of the hill giant.
What?
Don't worry
We-
about it. That's Torrance mess
He
I
bought
look
it.
over to Torrin.
that I promised
Oh.
I'd help with this morning.
Okay.
You promised yesterday.
I did promise I was gonna.
Why did you buy a hill giant?
Because he could. She shrugs and
Just
continues
yes.
eating.
I could hear it in her voice. Like, why did you buy a hill giant?
Why the
Did,
fuck?
did we really need a 6th dog?
Another
No,
one?
no, we're gonna set him free. I'd rather him be free than. He takes a long pause, just like, than imprisoned. I'm very tired.
If he's free, is he gonna hurt people?
We'll leave him free outside the city, and if he comes trying to cause problems, well, he asked for that one.
Okay. Can anyone speak giant?
No.
No.
Oh,
You
so
can.
you can't. I can't.
You've got magic that can.
Yes.
I can read giant.
Oh, fuck, that's
I
right. That's not
can't
how that
speak.
works.
I know there are people who can, but that's a bit above what I can do.
Mm.
Well,
I
it'd be
want
good if we
Meredith
could
to go meet
somehow.
Felix, though. Because I'm curious.
What?
I want Meredith to come meet Felix with me. Okay? So that's what we're gonna do. And Nick
Oh.
stands up.
Who was Felix?
Real fast.
The
Before
dog.
anyone does it.
Just kind of blinks.
I believe I can find the individual that assaulted us last night.
Oh, fuck, really?
Did someone assault us?
Meredith's so far behind. Like, what's
She's
going
so
on?
confused.
What's happening? You're just saying
Well,
things at this
I
point.
love that like Mirith wasn't there, so I actually get to play this.
Mm-hmm.
It makes it more fun.
You all apparently have some sort of relations with him.
No?
No.
Relations with his business?
No, not as far as
No.
Wait a minute.
What does this
What?
person look like?
Hey,
Oh.
you think it has anything to do with that?
I don't know.
With the madness thing?
Probably.
The fucking That makes
Probably
sense,
everything
doesn't
has
it?
everything.
Wait, the
Oh, in
madness
the
thing?
abyssal too.
Like what happened to the hyenas?
No, yeah. I think it might be related.
No. If it has something to do with that, we should try to do something.
Yeah, I just
Can't
How long
allow.
would it take you to try and locate this man?
Just sort of thinks about it for a moment.
AKA John's
Yes.
looking up the spell.
Just,
Yes, exactly.
just a few
Oh wait,
seconds.
let me get my spell slots back.
Just a few seconds if he is within range of the spell.
And if it's not,
Then I can't find him.
do we want to go smash some bitches' heads in today? Right away in the morning?
I do.
I'm
It
good
has
with that.
To do with the
Um,
madness
We
whistle.
we need to fucking move a giant.
Giant? Yeah, the giant should maybe be the first thing we do.
Yeah.
Alright. I don't care what order we do it, I just would prefer to hit him first.
Where is this? I mean, I would too. I
You-
don't want the
in the
giant
fight
to kill
pits.
anyone.
Fight
Okay.
pits. know the way.
I'm just.
Well, he's
Did
back in a
anyone-
cage
Mm,
and
Oh.
not fed at all. So I mean, he's not getting out anytime soon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yes.
we should still release it first. I'm not saying we're like gonna fight it or anything, but we should release it still.
Oh
And,
well, yeah.
I'll go ahead and cast it just to be sure. Like if he's basically like somewhere right next to us, where we at least know.
Within 1,000 feet. Yeah. No, that's a good idea. Cause you can. How long can you hold that for?
Just locate.
Up to 10 minutes.
That's not a
Maybe
lot of
not
time.
now.
Yeah, it's not a lot of time. Well, we'll find out then once we're done with the hill giant stuff because we gotta leave
Yeah.
town to take care of that anyway.
Has anyone you've met in town, like, have you met anyone that might know how to speak giant?
No.
What about the person who owned him before?
No.
I don't think they were interested in speaking to him.
No,
Oh.
very much not.
They
Just
wanted to
like
put him
a-
in a pit to die.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's,
fight off adventures and shit.
that's mean.
Talked to the owner. I talked to the owner though. He sold it to us for a considerably lower price.
Why?
It's got a conscience.
He said to right a wrong.
Oh, okay.
It was a gift. He wasn't the one who acquired it. He was given it and said,
I'd
"Hey,
just like
do
to have
something with it."
some way to tell the giant that don't hurt people, then they won't hurt you.
We kind of convey that a little bit. He's not exactly prone to eating people.
Okay.
He's very hungry, but I think if we put him next to some trees, he'll get the idea.
Alright. Did-
Which is a bit of a ways out to get back into the forest.
He did
Sure,
already
that's-
eat a person.
Did
Do you
he?
remember that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he did.
Oh.
But we did stop him from eating the second one.
Hey, there's that.
And
We did stop
he was affected by madness. for-
Mirith hasn't been told that, so she just thinks this giant doesn't hurt people.
Yeah, that's all she needs to know.
Yeah. She still casts mage armor before leaving the tavern,
Well done.
Fair enough.
Smart.
because not gonna risk it if I'm gonna go meet a giant.
All right. So, are you casting your spell, John?
Yes.
All right. Time to see. You get a ping
Oh.
at the very, very edge of your spell, like, but 1,000 feet downwards.
So south.
No.
No,
d-
like
Oh,
down.
as in
Down.
under the fucking ground. Okay.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. Ooh, is there a sewer system here? We just need to go to the sewers in every place we go to.
Oh god.
It's always the sewers.
Fucking
Alex, you know what is underground?
Yeah, the pits.
No. The mines.
Oh. Oh.
There's a lift
Yeah.
to take you down into the
There is
mines.
Yes, you're right.
You're not
Yes.
wrong
The pit is
though.
also underground.
The pit is technically a few
but it's not gonna
feet
be that deep. I know
underground.
it's not that deep.
It's like 20 feet underground.
Yeah, yeah.
Not gonna be 1,000.
It's
Okay.
a little underground.
I just sort of turned to this and asked.
I know how to get us down. Be in the mine somewhere. Fuck, that's gonna be a maze and a half. But
Yeah, it is it's pacing back and forth in like the same pattern.
well, let's hope it fucking stays there. Unless we want to deal with that first, since the giant's not going anywhere.
Just turned to Torin.
Giant,
Alright.
giant suppressing matter, and I don't want it to die. Then we can
Alright,
come
alright.
and fuck this guy up.
I don't want him getting away. That's why I offered to do that first.
Yeah, if this guy might have something to do with all that madness.
So,
Uh,
alright, let's do it.
Alright, as you guys are making your way towards the stone pits, your spell you concentrated on the whole 10 minutes. And it's moving significantly, like it was going back and forth. And then it was moving upwards, and then downwards, and then north, south, east, west, but never quite getting out of your range.
How quickly was it moving? Did it seem like it was moving on a lift, or just kind of like
It was you.
walking pace?
I don't think you probably could assume. I would say Dargul would make an intelligence check
I'll do that.
to see if he could do mental calculations while focusing on not running into people.
Yeah.
I promise much. There you go.
17. You know it. You assume they're not on a lift,
No.
but they are definitely moving quickly even without a lift.
Okay. Good to know.
And as we move, it maintains within that 1,000 foot.
Yeah, it never goes out of the 1,000-foot range, but it like sometimes gets like within 500 feet or 300 or, and then back down to 1,000.
It is moving fucking fast.
Yeah.
Oh.
Also, going to poof my bird onto my shoulder.
Okay.
Just gonna kind of pet her a bit.
It nuzzles into your finger as you rub the chin.
Hell yeah.
And Nyx will point shit out that she did yesterday, like the bars that she knows and everything, and wave to people she knows and that kind of thing. Give Mirith the tour she gave Torin and Dargul as they head to the Stolen Spits.
I'll just
Yeah, it
name out
seems-
some significant places.
Earth seems intense.
There's a place called Mineral Makes and Shapes, run by Tushu, a young gnomish lady who carves gems and other materials. Heats the Bar is the one you came from. There's the Rusty Pickaxe, and there's the Smith's Guild. Here, there's some religious establishments, mainly to Minthar the Ascended. And there's also the Rockwell family house, which is Sorrel humans, actually.
Wow.
Nyx
What
could
do
point
they
out to
do?
you.
Is it just a family house? It's like literally just like a place people live, or like
It's a noble house.
ah?
It's a noble house, and the current, I think it's the son of the previous minister, is the minister now. Ren
What was the name of-
Rockwell.
Okay. What was the name of that first place that you mentioned?
Oh,
name of a person?
Mineral Makes and Shapes, not shakes, shapes.
Okay. And who run by?
Tushu. Too Shu.
And the noble house. Sorry, I was writing down other stuff.
That's
but I
fine.
got
It's Rockwell.
Rockwell. Okay. Sorry, noble house. Notes. Zach.
Yeah. And you guys arrive at the stone pits, and you see there's a significant amount of people huddling around a sign-up sheet, and there's a few people complaining about how how there's not going to be the sponsored event has been postponed for an additional week while they get a new creature.
Okay.
And you guys see your hill giant sitting in the cage, just kind of like sitting down, just kind of staring out, and they're in the sun, like the cage, the door is opened up. Seems they can't quite get it down again because it was shoved into the ceiling, so they pried it out, but it just fell onto the ground. So they're working on reattaching the gate.
Okay.
You guys can just make your way down.
Yeah.
No one's
How
stopping
the hell
you.
are we gonna transport him?
We have
Anybody put him to sleep?
Yeah, but who the fuck's gonna carry him?
We could get a cart. Like rent a cart, and then while he's sleeping, take him out.
How are we putting him to sleep?
I
Just-
asked.
Just,
Or if my magic will be enough, but I can try.
just you say, just put him to sleep, and then when he's asleep, just take him out, and just like slowly drawing the greatsword.
Not like he's. Tiara's like, not like that.
Wait, you have a great sword?
Yeah. that could work if any of us could actually fucking carry him and push him.
He's in a cage, right? Is it a cage that can move or a cage that's just stationary?
We can. One of the guards pops up. We can move it.
Okay.
Like
so,
it wasn't there originally.
Okay.
We need to keep this like out of town.
Yeah, we were informed.
Okay, cool then.
Okay, so you're gonna help us with that. Thank you.
Yeah, I'll get it set up, but you're responsible for actually transporting it.
Okay.
Alright.
Like,
do we get
you
horses
need to
to pull it?
purchase the horses and carts.
Oh, that's what you mean. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So we need to bring horses and carts this way. Okay. Got it.
And
I
you
think
could
we'll run
actually, you
those.
could probably honestly just attach the horses to the cage, because the cage has a wheel-like attachment that we put on it.
Oh, okay.
So,
I can go run and grab those. I know where it is.
sure.
Sure.
Yeah, it'll run you like 10 gold for the amount of horses you'll need, which is like 2 of them.
I'll
Oh,
pay
two?
it.
I was thinking more 4, but yeah, I'm good with
Yeah,
that.
sure, we can go 4. 10
I'll
for
pay
4.
it.
Horses. Huzzah.
Just because I didn't want to put too much strain on him.
That makes sense.
I paid. Oh, I took 10 gold. I'll pay it to whoever pays.
Oh, Nyx was going to go to it because she knew where the stables were.
So he gave you 10 gold.
So I gave you 10
Okay.
gold.
Alright. I
Perfect.
go and I purchase the horses.
Yeah, you guys will have like 20 minutes before she gets back, so we can.
Can I see the giant?
Yeah, it's right behind you actually.
Oh shit.
Yeah, you guys are like at the cage right now.
Okay.
It has long, like messy, almost curly brown hair that like comes down to like just above its eyebrows, and it's got extremely pale skin, and it's like looking away from the light. You assume it probably hasn't seen it in a long time, and it's extremely gaunt. And you know how like if someone loses weight way too quick and they were fat previously, the skin is like flabby
yeah.
and
Yeah.
like dangles. He's got a lot of that,
Okay.
but also a lot of muscle to him. And he's roughly 16 feet tall.
Okay. Very tall.
Yeah, but the cage is only 17 feet tall, so he's like hunched over.
Yeah. It kind of studies him for a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Do I see like, is he like in like a cell kind of thing, or is it just like a square cage that's like just laying? They're not laying, but like, is there anywhere he could like write on or draw on? Do I see? any kind
No,
of, like,
it's. I mean,
like
he
that?
could on the ceiling, but he would need to like scrape because it's
Yeah.
just metal.
Gotcha. So I don't see anything like that then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He doesn't exactly seem to be paying attention. There's large bags under his eyes. He looks about like 4 times worse than Torin at the moment.
Yeah. Here's frowns.
It's just kind of sitting there like.
Hello. Understand what I'm saying?
It doesn't
Kind of like some sort tries to talk to him.
doesn't react.
All right.
Other than like acknowledging there was a sound coming from somewhere.
Okay. Mirth, I'm good to wait until Nyx is back.
And then Nyx arrives with horses.
It's,
And the you watch about 10 guards show up, and they like heave the cage up to like attach wheels on the 4 corners of it, and then they bring in some extra ones to be in the middle, so it's like a 6-wheeler kind of a thing.
Oh, hell yeah.
Then you attach the horses to it, and there's a ramp that just sort of there's like a very steady incline where you can take the cage up and out and onto the streets. They direct you towards it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get this giant free.
All right.
Let's head out.
You
And
make
now
your
let's go
way.
there.
Make your way out of town. How far are you traveling?
Far enough to where the giant won't just go back into town and cause trouble?
Well, it takes about 10 to 20 minutes to get to actual forest.
Yeah, I'd say that's fine.
Should we
right?
maybe try to get like out of eye shot of the town, so they can't just see it and go back?
How dense is the forest?
Not very.
Would he want to go back?
Oh, actually, the forest is extremely dense. That's my bad.
I was gonna say, once we get to it.
Once you get to it, the forest is extremely dense. But like when you're inside Cargill, it's almost desolate.
Okay.
I think we should just like put
Oh
the
yeah.
I was gonna
With
say,
the
once we
door?
get to the.
facing the forest and us behind. He'll probably run towards the forest and not towards us.
Because you
Okay.
guys kicked his ass last night.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Exactly.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
The entity released the giant, and then the giant reached out, ate a guard, and then they knocked it out.
Just beat the shit.
Yeah.
Right.
Alright, so that's what you guys do. How far into the forest do you go?
I think we should go a little ways.
Not enough to like waste too much time though.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
how much time?
I'd
do
say
you
like
wanna go into the
it takes
forest?
us 20 minutes to get to the forest. I'd say another 10.
Okay, 10 you cover about a fourth of the distance from the gates to here because the forest is that thick. Make perception
Yeah,
checks
sure.
actually as you enter inside.
Reception.
Everyone can make perception checks. First roll of the night.
Oh fuck! I'm supposed to
Ooh,
roll
great stuff,
disadvantage.
great stuffs.
I'm at a disadvantage.
Oh,
So 8.
Okay, Dargul. You see like like thick black fur in the distance that just kind of like scatters into the bushes.
Did the creature have thick black fur?
Yeah, the creature did. All you saw was like thick black fur, and then it like
Noomed.
after seeing you like an animal.
It was good. From me, so just a mission.
You do. And you eventually get to a partial clearing, and you kind of like readjust the horses, so now that they're facing the other way, and the cage, the exit of the cage is facing the forest. What are you doing?
So, he's just gonna
Oh, I'll open the cage.
I could use Mage Hand to open it so you're not standing right in front. One.
You could.
Okay. Mirith, you try to pull the cage door, but it is way heavier than 5 pounds.
Okay.
And the mage hand kind of like strains itself.
Fair.
And then Torin just walks up and like opens up the gate, and the giant like doesn't even seem to realize what's happening for a moment, and then looks out, and its eyes go wide, and it like gets nervous because you're all like standing around,
I'm standing
and
behind.
scrambles to the back of the cage.
I'm gonna
I'm
take a few steps back, kind of gesture for it to go.
Or just kind of does that.
Steps back.
Like raising hands like in a non-threatening position, like it's fine. I ain't hurting you.
Do you like step to the side of the cage?
Yeah, of course, obviously.
All right,
make
it's
way.
slowly gets out, and then stumbles forward, falls, and starts
Eats
crawling
Torin.
forward. Starts crawling for a little bit, and then slowly standing back up, and then continues on his way, and just
Alright. Probably find something.
immediately you hear the sound of a deer cry, and then and then a snapping noise.
That's a good boy.
I'm sure that won't come back to bite us.
That was Bambi's mom.
Yep. Congratulations, we're now entered into the second portion of the campaign where you guys, Rose is playing Bambi, and
Hell yeah.
Bambi.
Just-
I call Thumper.
nah, Justin's Thumper. I'm sorry, I've already determined this, predetermined. And Alex and John are playing Fox and the Hound. Cool.
Animal campaign.
Got it.
Let's go.
Bloodlust.
Thumper with a gun.
Ah, no.
It's a guy.
Oh my god. This is
Gotta
chaotic.
thump that barrel.
Alright. So you guys traveled the 20 minutes back to town, return the horses. They actually refund your gold since you didn't really utilize them
Oh.
all that much. Oh, unless you're keeping the horses.
Oh no.
No,
Is
okay.
it 4 horses?
It's 4 horses,
Yeah.
yes.
That would make travel a lot faster.
That would make it a lot faster, a lot better.
I
We'd
would
have
not
to
be
return them
opposed.
to Cargill.
What? Why?
We'd have to return them to Cargill at some point.
Didn't we buy the horses?
No, you bought them.
Oh, we did? Okay, never
Yeah.
mind.
If it's buying and not renting, then like hell yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna say no. We bought.
They aren't the best horses, but you know,
Yeah, but
they
They
make
work.
do.
It'll make travel a lot faster, even if they're not there.
Alright, so you keep them. Where are you storing them?
I pay a gold
Rent
to
out.
keep them there for the night.
Alright.
We'll rent out stables.
Yeah, you rent out the stables at the place where you purchase them easily.
cool.
Alright, you guys start formulating a plan while I go to the bathroom. Because I drank a lot of freaking water today.
What's the name of Don Quixote's horse?
I don't know. I'm trying to think of a name for my horse.
I know what it is in Spanish, but it's like I want to know what it's called in English. Like there's a translation. Because in Spanish it's Rocinante.
Whose horse?
Don Quixote de la
Who's that?
Mancha.
Oh, have you never heard of the tale of Don Quixote and how he's afraid of windmills?
Son.
I have not.
He's
heard
not
of
afraid of windmills. He is.
He is, in fact, afraid of windmills.
No, he's not. He thought they were giants and he went to fight them because Don Quixote's a fucking badass. And then his lance got stuck in the windmill, spun him up, and he fell down as a 50-year-old man in 1800 Spain.
Fair.
It's a good book. It's really long, but it's really good.
I have returned.
Cool.
Thank you.
Talk about Don Quixote.
Yeah.
What?
We were planning a lot of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
This section, definitely.
Definitely.
I expected nothing less.
I would have loved to plan, but Justin fucking brought up Don Quixote.
We needed to think about
Yeah.
horse names.
We
That
needed to
makes
think
sense.
of horse
It
names.
was very vital.
Very vital, and we needed the name of Don Quixote's horse.
Rocinante, which is the name of my horse now.
Cool.
Well done.
That is it.
Alrighty. So, you guys are doing what?
We are, we're headed to the mines.
Yeah, sure.
Dargul, do you mind if, do you think we need to, we would have to, right? Once we get down there, we'd have to ping it again to see where he's at. So we can follow it.
I don't know.
I know, I was sitting there, no, that's,
I mean-
that's another spell slot.
Yeah, that's another second level. Let's go down and like see what we see. Maybe it's
There's
really
like
obvious.
a maze, man. It's
Ah,
different
shit.
veins and shit.
Okay, I was just
It's been mined for over like 100 years.
Mm-hmm.
maybe we'll
Like
just
way
see like
longer than that actually.
like a black
gonna say,
spire
Been
glowing
alive-
evil
it's been-
aura.
Oh yeah, totally.
Like yeah, we'll need to cast a spell.
Yeah, it'll be that easy. You just
Yeah.
walk down,
Yeah.
and there will be your quest marker will
Yeah,
lead
that-
you through the
that-
new map of
Yeah.
the mines when you discover it. Big brain.
Where's the Skyrim marker? Where's my shout? Like, what's my shout cooldown, Nick?
Indefinite.
Where's the JoJo?
So I get one
intimidating?
shout. Nice.
Or-
You've already shouted at least 3 times this campaign.
Yeah, but not with the thu.
Yeah, but you don't know Draconic, so.
Hey.
But with Dargul will say that with as much movement as I was picking up from it, it's entirely likely that we'll just run into it.
Or we'll never find it since he's gonna constantly be moving, and so we'll wait.
With as
Let's
fast
see
as he
first.
moves. Exactly. As fast as he moves, it could just be wasted.
By the way, very important. My horse is named Henry.
Good.
I've got Ivy.
Aw,
That's my
I did
horse.
it.
Good.
I have Aladas.
Awesome.
Hey, you guys keep that marked down.
Yep, I do.
Make sure to get especially attached to them.
Yes.
Don't,
Oh, I can't wait
don't
for
say
these
that,
horses to grow bone spikes again.
Yeah.
These
know.
horses too
Dire
soon.
horses.
I can't wait for these horses to be the thing that kills my new character.
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
Yeah, that'd be
So-
fun.
I mean,
That'd be really
dire horses would be like BBEG level. Horses are OP.
I mean, war horses are already fucking overpowered.
Exactly. They're so strong. So like a dire horse, like, geez, it's terrifying.
Game over.
Yeah.
It's
Just
over,
give me a
man.
Trask instead, please.
Honestly.
Easier.
So we head down to the mines. We head to the lift, which will get us into the mines.
I think we should search without the spell for a while.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
fair
And
enough.
if we don't find it after like a considerable amount of time, yeah, we should use it.
Yeah. I just know that I think that's like his last second level. So
It is.
Yeah.
yeah.
So let's not that.
Let's see what we can see first.
Especially
We
if
have
it's
to.
combat and it's gonna be ooh boy.
Yep.
Oof, boy. So, you make your way to the lift. Whoa.
The lift.
More commonly known as the dropper by everyone in town. Because there was an incident where it just, like, broke completely and a couple people nearly died because it went... fun
It
stuff.
dropped.
Because it dropped. It is a large platform that sits in, like, the middle of the province. And it lowers you into the chasm mine.
Okay.
You see an old man sitting in the front of the lift, who's like hunched over like this, huge beard, and like one like eye that's like all the way off to the left while he's looking at you with his right.
And you're not sure which one he's actually looking out of.
No, you have no idea. And you know him as Old Man Jeffrey. But,
Oh man, Jeffrey.
he's
Jeffrey?
also like balding, so like all the way back to here is bald, and then he's got long ass hair, long ass white hair down his back. He's
It's
just
not bald, it's just migraine.
yeah, that's a good one.
God damn it.
Got him.
Hey Jeffrey.
Who are you?
He's loud.
Aerith recoils.
It just fucking echoes.
We just need to get down into the mines. Looking for something down there.
Time for your shift.
Yes. And I'm bringing them with me.
All right. Take a step on. He says as he like doesn't even raise his hand to point to where you need to stand. He just like his eye like moves over towards it.
Yeah, I assume I know. And
Yeah.
if
Oh
I'm
yeah, of course.
familiar enough.
Oh, extremely. And once you all step on this like large like steel box almost with like tens of pulleys that are just sitting there, and you see a lot of like gears going all the way down the left and right side of this like long shaft, but you can't actually see anything outside of like the box that you're in almost, and you just hear the voice, "Enjoy the ride!" And he just you watch as he grabs a lever next to him and boom, and then you hear the cranking of wheels as you drop at a considerable pace. Just
Aerith looks very uncomfortable.
the like grinding of chains is going the entire time you're going down.
Now you know why everyone speaks so loud. It's because we all go deaf from the dropper.
Yeah,
Is
it's
that why
like
you're so loud?
extremely loud. And you
That's
go
very
down.
nice.
You go down. You see one tunnel in front of you, 2 tunnels, 3 tunnels, 30 tunnels, 140 tunnels.
I'm trying my best to keep track of exactly like how many feet we are descending.
Yeah, I was gonna say once we get down to 1,000, I think. We'll stop at that point. We don't need to go any deeper.
You hit 1,000 feet and then it stops, and you see many dwarven, gnomish, halfling. Actually, is he around? Oh yeah, he is. And you see, you recognize him as the foreman of the mine.
Oh, shit.
Threary. God, I hate Dragonborn names. You'll call this in.
You'll call this in.
Yeah, he. Most people just call him Foreman T, because it's easier. He is a brown scale Dragonborn, and he has these massive claws on his hands that you know he uses to move dirt and stone, and even cuts through like iron and steel, like it's paper, like it's literal paper.
It's a fucking Dragonborn.
And he's sitting there and he's just scraping through and turns around.
Morning, T.
Oh, Nix! Goodness gracious! How are you? And he walks over and he walks towards you and he gives you a hug, and like it's always unnerving with the claws, but they never like get close to actually cutting you. However,
Not that she cares that much about it anymore.
However, his large muscular frame does kind of like crush you a little bit. How have you been?
Please don't crack my back.
I'm not going to.
I've been alright.
Oh.
Figured it was time I stopped home.
You here for work?
No.
All right.
Funny enough, I'm not. I just was telling Jeffrey because, you know, he's gonna assume it anyway, no matter what I say.
That's fair.
No. I've got my friends here because we actually thought there might be something down here. Someone down here who, might, be causing trouble
Oh.
in the near future.
No trouble. There was a human guy who came down. He was inquiring about the various gems that we were harvesting. Said he was a representative of the Rockwells.
Representative of Rockwell's.
Yeah, they normally come down here every once in a while to check out the
Do you
gems.
recognize this representative?
He seemed vaguely familiar.
Okay. I mean, have you seen him before to do these checks?
Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure. Because, you know, easy enough to change your appearance nowadays.
It is?
Magic.
Yeah.
Oh, that stuff,
The
yeah.
magic stuff.
Mhm.
Right.
He kind of like coughs a little bit. And... Yeah, well,
We'll be searching around. We'll try not to get in anyone's way, okay?
oh, that's fine. I trust you. Take it easy. Stay safe. Avoid tunnels 45A and 372B.
Are there collapses?
One of them collapsed and the other is on the verge.
Gotcha. I assume I know where these tunnels are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. Or are they labeled or something?
Each tunnel is labeled, like,
Okay.
tunnel blah, 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 A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And it goes all the way up to H, actually.
Alrighty
So
then.
many fucking tunnels there are. There's a lot. Like, you guys are walking down, and it looks like someone spent, like, 1,000 hours on Minecraft doing nothing but strip mining. That's basically what it looks like. That's me.
Me too.
That's me!
I like.
I do that. I do the Minecraft.
I enjoy the Minecrafts.
I'm Swedish.
In Minecraft with my giant pick.
What? A bird?
What?
You have never played Tourist Simulator?
Anyway.
Anyways.
IKEA.
Ah!
Green out of all of us. The Supreme Swede. Anyways,
So I'm assuming it's well lit, right?
Oh, yeah. In most parts, but the tunnels that aren't being used, they're sort of like the torch holders are dimmed. Because most people here have dark vision anyways, so... You even see some miners who are just working in the dark, but they haven't really noticed because they're dwarves, so they're just doing their thing. Hee-ho, diggy-diggy-ho. You go down a floor, or you could go up a floor through like the various tunnels and such like that.
I would think we'd want to go up since he got closer to us at a certain point.
Because the only levels that are worked on every day is the level like the workers are on. So like you guys were on level like 1000. That's where everyone's working today. So you can go all the way up. And there's even some tunnels like stretching downwards, but those don't go very far because they're not confident in their ability to dig out the rock down here. Just because they don't know how it's gonna fuck with like the crust
Whatever thing above
and
it.
stuff like that. And above it, obviously.
But yeah, let's focus on only really going up, but not like going down below this point, because he never left the 1,000 foot.
The ping, yeah. He never left the ping while it was still up.
All right, you got a lot of ground to cover.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're just
So-
going to spend what, say, like a couple hours.
Yeah.
Couple hours. Make everyone can make a survival check, or 2 people can make it with advantage.
could-
Well, I have disadvantage, so someone can help me roll a straight die.
Sure.
I have a pretty good bonus to it, so someone can give me advantage if they wanted to. Or
I also have a pretty good bonus to it, but I am at disadvantage.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So someone give. Well, I'm at
You know,
4.
you-
So what
you
are you
two-
guys' bonuses? I'm at 4.
Six.
I'm at 5.
Okay,
was
so
gonna s-
someone give Torin advantage. Someone give Dargul advantage. I'll give
Now-
Torin advantage.
I was gonna say that you two could actually give me and Mirith advantage, since we would actually have advantage instead of just canceling out disadvantage.
What's your modifier, Rose, for survival?
2.
Very, very gentle too.
I could like send my bird to go down some tunnels. Like I look through it and
And have
Just
that
like-
give somebody advantage.
I mean
That's
it can
not
just
how that
look
works. But
on its own. But I would just be like I'd have to have my hand on someone and they'd have to like lead me. But I could search through more tunnels quickly enough. Bird is good at seeing. It'll probably be dark, but
does it have dark
Still-
vision?
no dark vision. But
Cool.
it has keen sight.
Well, then it has a straight roll on its perception check.
Yeah. Yeah.
So go ahead, roll its perception because it's not tracking.
Cool. Yep. Just flying down tunnels, trying to look.
Yep.
And I will roll survival with advantage.
Sure.
Nick, so you can give me the advantage?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I have my hand on Torin.
Yes.
Natural 20.
Advantage?
Oh, Jesus!
Fuck.
Okay.
The advantage was not needed.
It was not, but it was there.
Yes,
Uh,
just in case.
Torin or Nyx can roll. Just with. Well, actually, Torin roll with disadvantage because Mirith can't help you because she's seeing through a bird's eyes. Oh
It
wow!
doesn't fucking
Holy
matter.
fuck!
Fucking
Okay.
matter. Alright.
So
We need to find this person.
you guys quickly sort of realize a pattern. You see scrawlings in the tunnels very quickly. You see distinct like claw marks that carve into intricate patterns across the walls. And this is for tens of tunnels. And you see it even more, Mirith. Your bird flying down the tunnels, you see hundreds of these intricate carvings. And actually, have your bird make a general stealth roll for me. I'm gonna give it disadvantage because it's a bright red bird.
Sure.
The bright.
Bright bird.
Brightbird.
Ooh.
Oh.
Hey, how to pay for that
There's a lot
nat
of
20?
disadvantage going around this game.
Yeah. How to pay for the nat 20?
Yeah, somebody had to.
Yep.
Okay. You, your bird sees one last thing as it's probably 120-ish feet, like, down from you. It turns a corner and flaps there, staring at what seems to be a slightly more intricate carving and this sort of gray energy wafting off of it as a bodily like a creature whose body looks like a mouth, just and your bird poofs.
Okay.
So,
There.
Oh.
Make a perception check, just retroactively, to see how much of the creature you could see.
For the bird.
Yeah, for the bird. Bird.
Bird.
bird. Oh, hey.
No. This one.
20. Well, no. Disadvantage delta is darkness. It's
20. It saw a like pale blue with like tiny arms and tiny claws, like black claws, and it looks like no head and a torso, and that torso opens up into a maud mouth with like a tongue flicking around, and on where its shoulders would be are these two like yellow eyes with crimson slits down the center that seem to just been like
Where its
came
toes would be?
no, where its shoulders would be.
Okay, shoulders. That makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, where the shoulders would be, and it has like stubby legs, but it was seemingly came out of the wall and just snapped.
Cool.
Fuck.
Well, I snap out of the form and kind of look at everyone. Zula was just attacked.
Oh,
Killed.
fuck.
Yeah. About 160 feet down. By some strange creature that didn't have a head, and it's had eyes on its shoulders, and its like torso kind of opened up into a mouth. It seems very monstrous.
Just turns to so I looks at you all and just asks, "Does this sound like his work?"
No.
Yes.
Sounds like something was experimented on. It sounds like his
Well,
work.
which is not. Yeah, it's. I guess that would be in the same vein. It's not exactly the same, but
Could
We're not
be someone
familiar-
else, but
We're not. We're not really familiar with his work, but I'd take a chance and a guess, and I'd say yes.
I mean, yeah. Who else is gonna be fucking doing it? At this point.
True.
can we try to find a tunnel down?
Yeah, I think we
There's
need
a path
to
that's
find
open
this.
to-
Yeah.
So are you guys going down to where the creature was?
Yeah. I'll also tell them about there was like the more intricate carving and like energy coming off of it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I tell them that.
Coming off of it.
Which would be where we would need to go, anyways.
Yeah, it seems important. Also, the carvings, now that I'm in Mirith, do they seem do they mean anything to me? Do they just seem random mad carvings or like just scratches?
Do you speak Abyssal?
Nope.
They don't seem, but it's not like something where you would comprehend languages, because it's not Abyssal script, but it's definitely not something you understand.
Okay.
Okay.
These are like glyphs, kinda, but these are not at all anything related to arcane or esoteric that you're familiar with. And you've studied plenty of rituals and other things, but this is nothing like any of those.
Do they
you've
seem
ever seen.
religious in a sense?
Very confounding.
Not really.
Okay.
There's no religious like symbols or like iconography in them. They're just it was like the claws of something that was just being scraped down these walls.
And it was making designs as it went, kind of thing.
Not even like designs, it just seems like
The
patterns.
pattern. Oh, wow.
Did the monster that I saw, did it seem to have claws that I could tell?
Very tiny ones. Like it
Okay.
had like T-Rex arms almost.
Probably
Yeah,
not
so they're-
Like
claws that
dis
come from
like
this.
disproportionate to its body.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Probably not claws that would make
Arms,
sense.
and
No.
I was just wondering how well this plan was thought through.
Master.
Master.
Oh,
I love that.
that movie was amazing.
That was so
Yeah.
underrated.
So good.
Alright, so are you guys dashing down or are you being stealthy?
I feel like we should walk at a
Stealthy.
normal pace until we get to like 50 feet from it, then maybe start stealthing.
Sure.
So
Stay out of its
so
chomp
you-
range.
So are you
I just
moving
want-
at a stealthy pace? Because if you can't just be like, oh, well, it's obviously going to be in the exact same place, so we can judge when we're about 50 feet from it, kind of a thing. So it's either you're going to rush potentially into it, or you start sneaking now, so you can be
Let's start
cautious.
sneaking
Yep.
Make stealth checks. Nix with advantage, because
then.
you
I was gonna
are
say
in a group.
straight roll.
So straight roll.
unfortunately, I don't do stealth very well.
I was gonna say that stealth may have not been like worth it because we have two people that have bad stealth.
Wow.
-1. Oh.
I was like, damn, I had a good roll, and then that.
Damn. I don't think we can negative.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's impressive.
Yeah.
I love that so much.
Like Dargle.
I love it when it's below 0.
Yeah, like Dargle literally just missed the memo that we were gonna be stealthing, and he was just like,
Stop.
walking.
Ping, 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 ping.
Yeah.
Greatsword like clanking off of the wall every once in a while.
Yeah.
He casts light on his greatsword.
Yeah, sure.
Uh-huh.
I wonder if I could make these markings too. Just start scratching the wall. I don't know.
As you guys are walking downwards, you see
Every-
where you remember the vision where Zula was before she was poofed out, and the carving on that side of the wall was glowing. All of them in this tunnel are glowing now, and you watch as
Oh no.
what you weren't prepared for is a creature comes out of the ceiling and drops down on Nyx
Oh,
with a natural 20.
Oh no.
oh, I wish I could say no. I wish I could just say no.
Well, you didn't have a reaction anyways.
No, that's
So,
fair. So I couldn't anyway, even if I were
yep. Even if you were that
awesome player.
that amazing cleric, you take 13 points of piercing damage, as the creature that Mirith described is on your back, and it has your entire shoulder and bits of your chest in its mouth, and it's biting down into it. Everyone roll initiative. As the second one, you hear it charging down the hallway towards you.
Second one? Oh my god.
Nope.
You guys took the stealthy pace. Oh, I forgot to put the initiative turn order up. I'm an asshole.
Still up.
Oh, it works
yeah.
anyways. Hell yeah.
Yep.
Does exhaustion give disadvantage on initiative?
Skill checks only, I thought.
I guess it could technically, but I'm not going to be that mean. So yeah, just roll with normal
I was
initiative.
Whether
gonna
it's
say,
like-
please no.
Whether it's
Does it
ability checks or skill
Fucking
checks.
matter.
That is
It's skill checks.
one
Ability
thing-
checks, it says.
Oh, it does say ability checks?
It's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
I'm not going
What does
to
it-
punish you with initiative.
One
It doesn't
thing-
matter.
Oh, sorry. What, John?
One thing I have noticed about the turn order for Roll20 is that it's basically always up and it's always reading initiative, but it's just that it's only there when you say it's there. So like it's only visible when you say it's visible. But these initiatives that we have, you could just leave up on the turn order and we just roll new ones.
No,
every
yeah.
roll.
I just clicked it and delete earlier.
Yeah.
All right. Up on the top of the turn order. Wait, first. We must get combat bongos. Oh wait, no, that's combat bongos right there. There we go. Combat bongos. Mirith, it is your turn. There's one of these things just chewing
How-
on Nyx.
How far is the other one from us?
It's probably 20 feet away from
Okay.
Dargul, who I assume's in the front.
Okay, can't burning hands both of them then. I will raise that diamond and shoot out a ray of fire through
Okay.
it at the creature.
All right.
Yeah.
Crackles
Factory.
outwards.
Fuck.
It probably hits.
Ian.
It's big, so it might.
It's not big. It's a medium creature.
Oh,
But that still hits
Awesome.
with its lower
I think this is the
AC.
first time this spells it.
Hey, let's go.
Hey, that's
All right.
pretty good
You
damage.
watch as it
Damn.
hits, and it impacts, and the creature recoils a bit, but it does not seem to do as much damage as you had first hoped.
Ah, okay.
shit.
That's rough. I'm
All
gonna
right.
move back like 20 feet.
All right, easily done.
Stay there.
Dargul.
I
Dargul.
uh,
Dargul.
I don't want to separate myself too far from my allies as I am in fact man of the people.
And
Yeah,
as
just
she
like,
laughs at you.
yeah.
No, I'm laughing at
Oh,
what
it
Nick's
was
doing.
Yeah.
Nick was doing a little
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
This is like
jiving with the
Combat
music,
rock.
you know.
Yeah.
Jive.
But I will ready my great sword and wait. Actually, no. Oh, what is this?
It's a roller coaster.
Yeah.
That's every encounter. It's just I'm gonna wait.
Wait.
I'm gonna wait a minute.
But no. I will ready my action. I will not move. I will instead ready my action for when this other mouthy mother is charging and gets within melee range.
Okay.
Just so that way we can stay together.
Nyx.
Hey, there's a thing on top of me.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna fucking poison the shit out of it. With my bonus action. My cursive purgation. Purgition.
I understand what you're doing.
Right.
As you
Cursive purgation.
some of the blood, your blood that's on its teeth, starts to seep into its gums, and it seems to smile gleefully, and it is immune to poison.
Oh, motherfucker.
Immune to the
Well, at least
poison
it's
condition.
Yes.
At least it's, this is just a bonus action to do that.
Yep.
Okay, so I am instead. Took 13 points. Fuck.
That was also a crit.
That was also a crit. I'm gonna attempt to grab my short sword and fucking stab it.
Yeah, you pull it from the hilt and swing.
Swing. And attack rolls are not at
No, they're not
or
at
they are?
disadvantage. No,
Okay, that's
they're
what
not.
I thought.
I think that's exhaustion too.
That's
hit
exhaustion too.
disadvantage. So
You did hit. Well done.
3. It's 3 on the dice.
Oh, okay. I was like, that says 7. I'm confusion.
I am confusion and carnage. Fear.
Alright, you slash into it, and you actually slash one of its arms off, and it recoils in pain and just, like, falls off of you and starts, like, waddling towards you again.
I'll stand
No.
up then with the rest of my movement if it's off of me.
You're about the same size as
No,
it.
that makes sense.
Torin.
I'm gonna walk up to the one next hit, and I'm gonna punch it twice.
Alright,
I'm gonna walk up and down smash.
slowly.
Or just kind of calmly walks over, looking very tired still, and just
calmly walks over and forward smashes.
You use your forward smash, and you concave its stupid head into its ass, I guess.
I just kind of hammer punch down, just like raises it slowly.
And then just it is crushed downwards, and you watch as it shrivels up and then turns into an ichor.
It is considered dead for the purpose of kill tally, correct?
Yes, it is.
The kill tally.
It
that's
is
great.
considered dead for the purposes of my scorekeeping.
Yes.
I've been
Alright.
keeping my score. Dang.
I have been, I just haven't killed anything.
I killed some.
I will just stand there.
I've done fucking damage, but I have not secured anything.
So what do you do now, Torin?
That is my turn.
Alright. And as Dargul expected, it rushes down the halls, and it jumps right for you, Dargul. Make your attack.
Alright, great sword. Hiya!
Hey!
Hit!
Nice.
Let's see what the damage is.
Ooh.
Eee.
Woo!
Does-
Big
hold on.
damage.
Dude,
Mm?
I think I need more damage on that. I am
Are you
going.
the type of cleric that can do that?
I am going to use my channel divinity. Touch of death.
Alright.
Death cleric.
So you watch as Dargul swings his greatsword. It carves into the creature's mouth, and then you watch his blade just surge with this like gray necrotic energy that crackles, and you watch as the sword, as it cuts through the creature's body, it starts to like disintegrate as he just slashes right through it before it can even make its attack, and it falls and then fades into a pool of ichor.
Felt good.
Well done.
Well, fuck then.
Back to toggling disadvantage.
Same.
And all of these runes are still, or the markings are still like glowing
I-
brightly.
I am still
I
bleeding.
want to roll Arcana on it.
I'm gonna say you don't know anything. I'm sorry.
Mirith is gonna walk
Let
forward.
me roll. Wow!
Nice.
You rolled. Good
Better
job.
than expected.
That is not bad. That is exactly what I expect from my bird.
That's my bird.
I'm gonna walk forward and turn the corner to where I saw like the bigger thing.
The
more
more
intricate
intricate one.
carvings?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
Can I try to figure out what this is or something?
You can make a Arcana with disadvantage.
I am going.
Sorry, it's
I-
foreign to you.
Yeah, no. I'm trying to decide like if I comprehend languages, if that would help at all. But I have to like wait 10 minutes.
That's up to you.
I am going
It doesn't
to.
seem to be getting worse. Glowing.
No, the glowing still seems to be like a pulsing, like a heartbeat almost.
Okay, I am.
And it
going-
seems to be spreading. Like you watch as it was in your tunnel, and it's now curving around, and it's going into the other tunnels.
Okay, I'm just gonna try to.
towards where
look
Mirith
at
is
it.
at with the more intricate carvings. I'm still fucking bloody and shit, right, from my fucking bite wound.
Unless you have stopped the bleeding.
Yeah.
I just-
So I will take my hand over the wound and drag some blood onto the hand, and then where it's the most detailed, I'ma smack my blood onto it.
All right, you thwap your blood onto it, and it seeps into it, and it glows brighter.
I didn't think that would work.
And then you watch as another one of those creatures emerges out of the
Out from the
space.
wall?
Yeah,
Oh,
Shit.
fucking hell.
out from the glyph, it like snaps into reality.
Where
Roll
I
initiative.
put my hand in.
Where your blood spattered, it like seeped in, glowed brighter, and then like almost like a momentary like the air was just sucked out of the space for a second, and that creature just appeared from
Oh,
out of the
wow,
wall.
Okay.
Okay. Did I get anything with the 11 Arcana?
You're identifying it, and you're like pulling out some books to like try to cross-reference, and then all you hear is come out of the wall.
Shit. Fuck.
Fuck! I didn't think I would do that.
Torin. Oh wait. I didn't actually roll for the creature. Okay, yeah, Torin, it's your turn.
I'm gonna run. I'm gonna walk up. Again, I'm gonna use a key point. 1, 2, 3.
Those all hit.
Just beat the shit out of this in the corner.
Into the ground.
And you watch as it jumps out at you. Torin grabs it by the leg, slams it down, and just crack, and the creature fades into ichor.
Okay,
No.
shit, thanks.
Torin just like.
No.
Yeah.
Fuck. Thank you.
I looked over and it's done with already. Like, oh.
Yeah.
Dargle just looks to Nyx and just says, "Please don't just start doing random things to wounds we don't know what do."
Look, man, alright, my blood can do shit. Alright, and I just wanted to see if it was gonna react.
And it did.
And it
So-
did! We found that out now. Don't bleed on the glyphs.
That makes
That
sense.
actually is very good to know.
I just hold out a hand, press it onto your wound, and cast Cure Wounds.
Oh, I thought he was just gonna like dig his claws into it or something
no.
like brutal.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's so mean.
Torin just looks at
I
Nyx.
go and I look fondly and I put my hand over the wound and I cast Inflict Wounds.
Torin just looks at Nyx and is like, you see strange glyphs, and your first thought is, let's do blood magic.
You heal
Holy
12.
fuck. Nice.
Yeah.
I
Nice.
am almost at full health again.
Almost the
Here.
damage it did.
Yeah,
Here it
almost.
says from
Two with
over
a
there that actually is very useful to know.
Thank you, Mirith.
And that hasn't like dulled, and in fact, all the glyphs around it are like glowing brighter.
I wish to touch it. Just calmly
No,
touch
don't.
it.
He
No.
doesn't have blood on his
Which
hands.
section?
The big glowy one.
The big glowing one?
Where I am?
Don't yet, please.
Make a intelligent. No. I'm gonna roll something. All right, you watch as Torin reaches out and he's
Oh,
sucked
fuck.
into the wall and
Uh-oh.
disappears.
I'm gonna touch the wall.
Yes.
The glyph dimmed after he touched it.
Fuck. The glyph next
Oh,
to it.
no.
I touch.
Nothing.
No.
I look over books more quickly.
Torin,
Hello.
you feel like your head is spinning. In fact, you feel lethargic, slow. As you look around you, you're in a realm that feels empty. You see nothing but white mist just crawling off of the ground in an endless expanse, but you see shadows moving around you. Your movement speed is 10 feet because of your intelligence score.
I'm in the astral plane. Wow.
Fuck.
Welcome. Welcome to portals.
I look behind me as if like to see if there's something back.
Make a dexterity saving throw. See
Is
see
that a
how
disadvantage?
no. See how quick your reaction time is.
Punk.
All right, you watch as there's like a like almost gray like cyclone like disappearing slowly behind you.
Am I fast enough to touch it?
Yeah, and then you like throw your arm in and are sucked back out. But you do take 6 points of bludgeoning damage as he shunted out, but you watch as like your finger was nearly crushed and taken off as you exited. And you watch as it glows again, and Torn is shunted back out, and it begins to glow lightly.
I'm okay.
Gosh.
This is fun.
What happened?
What the fuck?
What did you see in there?
Blood plus touch equals new monster.
What did you
Touch
see in there?
minus blood.
Okay.
Make a perception check, Torin, retroactively. Sorry,
Make a
I was too busy describing. I forgot to do D&D stuff.
That's a disadvantage.
Oh, yes, it is.
Yep. Come on.
It's a
Oh.
Uh,
Don't worry.
you saw shadows, but they looked vaguely similar to the creatures that you were fighting.
Well, good thing you got out of there right away.
That's a
then.
different dimension.
What?
That's
Did it
all
look
I know,
like?
pretty much. I explained it's red misty and all that.
Okay.
A red misty.
It's like the sauna, but
That make me think of anything?
Make an Arcana check.
Not great.
Nah,
Natural 6.
nothing spike in your memory at the moment.
Can't think like this. There's too much going on.
Yeah, as you
Sorry.
actually begin to hear like from like 5 tunnels down.
I'm going to take out my dagger and try to slash one of the markings on the wall.
All right, you do, and you slash, and it like off of it. Doesn't seem to do anything.
I can't cut through it, it seems.
Your blade's pretty dull in comparison to cutting stone.
Yeah.
Would my great sword be like heavy enough and have enough
You could
mass
try.
behind it to mark?
Make an attack
so-
roll.
Yeah,
I can't figure it out, so most we can try to do is stop it.
Stop it from the miners because we're not that far from where they're at.
Roll
yeah,
damage.
and it's creeping out.
Oh.
All right, you cut through the central glyph, and your greatsword buries in and severs the link, and you watch as all the energy shuts down around you.
Oh, thank God.
Your greatsword, however, is chipped towards the
We can
top.
get it fixed.
Mirth looks to Dargle. Good work.
It'd be a good bit of practice for Ellie once she gets here. Alright,
You
we need to
hear
move
you
before they
hear
get
about
spiders.
5 more instances of that, some above you and some below you.
We need to go try to deal with that. Let's go.
We
Let's
need
go
to
for
stick
the
together
mines
and do
first.
it. Get through as many of them as quickly as possible. Maybe we go down again and make our way back up.
We need to get to the
Yeah, it
mines as
starts
fast as
just
possible.
running.
The miners are down below us, so
Come on.
You also hear echoing throughout the cavern.
We found our boy.
What,
boy, he's
at
making
the
shit.
at the curve where there was like the big symbol, does
Mhm.
that tunnel go on longer? Or is it just like curve wall?
Curve
Except
goes
on
down
the wall.
longer.
Okay. Okay.
I can use locate object again.
Not right now. I would rather take care of these monsters that are going to be dealing with the miners.
Miners might die if we're not there.
All right, so you're making haste.
Yeah.
You see about 5 of them
Running.
crawling in the tunnel behind you, but they seem to be slow in comparison to you. So they're just running towards you from behind you, and you see above you your boss, because you guys are sprinting at your top speeds, and you're getting back to where you started. And you see the brown dragonborn is holding one of them and just closes his hands and rips one of them apart. Just says, "Get everyone to safety!" as one jumps on a gnome and just rips off his head.
Oh shit.
And
Everyone
there's
initiative.
about 5 of them here. Everyone roll initiative.
Okay, and there's still some behind us too?
Yeah, there's a couple behind you. They'll probably catch up to you in like 4 rounds.
Okay.
I will announce that there are more behind us. There are more coming.
Shit! You hear him
Fire
say.
them. Once they get here.
Alrighty. That was almost in order. That's amazing.
Yeah.
I will roll for our dragonborn friend. Oh, he's gone on Torn's turn. The creatures going right after Torn. Right above Nyx.
Alright.
Oh, sorry, Torn, then the creatures. Torn, it's your turn!
Walk up to a creature, punch it twice.
Alright. The one who ripped off the gnome's head, I assume?
Yep.
Okay. Oh, wait, sorry. No, stop. Stop. Okay. Continue.
Cat said stop. That was not Monty, that was a different cat.
You needed the combat bongos. Yep, roll your damage twice. Those both hit.
Oh.
Whack, crack. You punch it once, twice, and you see it's like whatever it substitutes as a spine, just like snap backwards, and it turns around, and you see like the mushy like half swallowed head of the gnome kind of like slide out of its mouth as it at you.
I'm
I'm a knock it prone.
You didn't flurry of blows.
I did. Oh,
No,
that's
you
right.
didn't.
You're right. Do I have to call that up before, or
Preferably.
okay? Then I don't flurry of blows.
All right. You just whack whack, and it seems extremely injured. And after you, the Dragonborn, they're clearing out, and you see there's like 3 of them in a row, and he just with like with the breath of like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like a concentrated like dust storm kicks up where he breathes out, and you watch as all of them get swept up in it. They fail their deck save. Oh, and he does 11 points of piercing damage as a lot of stones and rocks get kicked up in the storm and just stab into these creatures, and they turn around and look very pissed.
Well, that got their attention.
Good. Let them come. And he like readies himself.
yeah.
Though you know him, he's not exactly a fighter. And it's their turn, and the 3 of them jump on him.
Uh-oh.
Jump towards him. 1 hit. 1 miss. 1 hit. takes 8 points of piercing damage, and you watch as he's like on the ground and bloody and just trying to throw them off of him. Fairly unsuccessfully. The one in front of you, Torin, is gonna snap at you with a nat 20. Ah. It deals 3 points of piercing damage.
Oh.
Beans. Rolled a 1.
Actually, the opposite powerful. But
Sad. And then the 5th one jumps out towards Torin again. Because you're the next closest. Does a 6 hit you?
No.
Cool.
Close, but no.
Cool. Then they miss. And it is Nyx's turn.
Okay, am I close enough that I can charge and get into melee, or with my 25?
I'll be generous. Yeah.
Okay. Because I want to go and charge at the 3 that are on old Mr. Foreman
Mr. T. Yeah.
Mr. T. And I am going to invoke my right.
Okay. To party.
Yes.
Just making sure.
I mean, hell, if you're gonna fight for it, you might as well use it.
Yeah.
Alright, make your attack roll.
Sorry, I just need
2,
to-
3, or 4 for me.
3.
Cool. That hits by 10.
Gotcha. Right damage.
You didn't need the rate damage. It is eviscerated. As you just slash it across the back and Icar just spatters all over your boss. Old boss. Boss.
Hey.
A boss.
Hey, boss.
Yeah, and that's my turn.
Alright, Dargul.
Alright. The ones that were behind us, the 5.
Yes.
How many of them could I get with my breath weapon?
How,
4. It is, I believe, 30-foot line.
30-foot line? All of them. But you would have to get within, I'd say, 10 feet of them. No, you would have to walk up to them. And then...
Blaze up.
to get all of them.
It has the chance of killing me, but...
We've got more behind us. I would actually rather you hit them.
You can get all of them.
Yeah. I'll go for it.
Alright.
Behind us?
Love gambles here. Yep. That's what he's doing.
So they need to make dex savings.
They fail.
Damn. Alright.
They rolled a 3. Plus nothing.
Hiya! Oh shit.
Wow.
17
Wow.
points of acid damage.
That's acid damage. Well done. You watch as it sprays over them, and they all limp out.
Resistance or just not enough?
Hanging on by a thread.
Yeah. Alright.
Literally a single thread.
Oh, hold on. Discord did the thing.
Oh.
Right as you said literally, it just cut out.
Literally a single thread. In fact.
Oh, you fuckers. That was
Yeah,
one off.
right. Mm-hmm. You would have rolled that 6.
Yeah,
Would've
if
got
you
him.
would've- that would have been amazing. 5.
Triple
dead,
six.
1. Oof.
Oof.
And now Mirth's gonna steal that kill.
Wait. I was going to use a
Wait, I can make this. I can get him. I swear.
no. I can't get it.
Nah, I'm just fucking with you.
But I can send a healing word out to the Dragonborn that has like a few of them on it.
Okay, cool.
So
Shoot that.
do that. Word 7.
He's back to full HP.
Nice. There you go, my boy.
Doesn't have a lot. It's a powerful commoner.
Mm-hmm.
Still a commoner.
Still a commoner.
Still a common.
Mirith, it is your turn.
If I run up to behind them, how many are still on the man and what they're dealing with?
2.
And
2,
then-
but I'm there.
2 and
Okay.
2 on that and 2 on Torin.
Okay. And down in the hall is how many if I run down, how many could I get with running hands? 15-foot cone.
Probably 3.
Okay.
Because they're like in a line charging towards you, and his was a 30-foot line that just went
Yeah.
right down the hall.
Okay. I am gonna raise my hand up and cast sleep.
Maybe you could just-
See if that works.
Sleep.
Yeah, if they're all 1 HP, I can hopefully get all 5 of them.
Let's see if they're immune.
Yeah, let's see if they're immune.
They
That's
aren't.
kind of
And
the-
they-
You
and they all-
Alright.
And then Dargul will also fall. No, I'm kidding.
trying to aim it so it's not on him.
Nah, they are all asleep.
Cool.
Yep, all asleep.
Yeah, that's worth an action.
Mhm.
And then I will run forward to kind of like get closer to the man being attacked. Can't do
Cool.
anything, but I'm here.
Watashi wa. Torn.
So they're all asleep?
Not the ones near you.
Okay, cool. Then I'm gonna punch the ones near me.
Okay. There is 2 of them on you. The
I
one
will
you
punch.
gravely injured, and the other that attacked you.
This first one is towards the guy I gravely injured.
Okay. Hits.
I'll spend a key point to hit twice to the one I did not gravely.
Well done.
That's damage for the first boy,
Icker.
and then spunk and spunk.
Both hit.
Yeah,
And-
hit with the spark.
Whack whack. Looks very
And
injured.
I do make that man go. At least try to. make that man go
What's the
cry.
save?
It is a.
Strength save, I
Like a-
believe.
It's a dexterity save.
19.
He makes it.
He does not get the bird leg.
Mm.
He
Yeah,
instead
doesn't get
dodges the
bullied.
bird leg. He doesn't get bullied. No.
He doesn't get fucking bullied.
Unfortunate, really. Mr. T is going to use a claw attack. Hits. For 7 points of slashing damage and kills one of them that's on him. It's the creature's turn. One of them is going to clamp down on him. That'll hit. Does 5 points of damage. And then one of them is going to bite Torin. They don't.
They don't.
Got him.
Nyx.
Got him.
Hey, there's still 2 on him,
Oh,
or
I
did
do.
he take care of one of them?
Oh no.
Yeah, they're asleep. I know. I was very excited for them all to bite you too, John. But there's one on him and one on Torin.
Okay, so I'll take my sword and I'll fucking right image the last one. AKA stab.
Okay, stab
Fire
it.
sword.
That would hit. It dies from the slashing.
But I don't know if anybody else saw that, but it was literally.
It was teetering to a 20.
Yeah, it was fucking.
It was,
cocked.
in fact, cocked. But I'm okay with an 18.
But unfortunately, that's not how it rolls. Because the roll happened. The dice, however, just looked weird.
Yeah.
Is that your turn? Nyx?
I'll move towards the one that's on Torin.
Dargul.
Since they're all fucking asleep, I'm gonna go over and help out Mr. T.
The one on Mr. T is dead, and there's only
Oh.
one on Torin remaining.
Oh, then I'll just go and kill one on Torn.
Okay, do that.
Another great sword slash.
Swing.
Hiya!
Ah, with gusto. You hit. And you just cleave it in two, and ichor spatters everywhere. And as far as I'm concerned, combat is over.
just go and slowly, like Inquisitor swords down stab all of the sleeping ones.
Okay, Dargle gets 5 more kills.
Holy crap! Is Nick keeping track of the tally?
Well, no, I'm telling you if you want to keep tally. You walked over and just executioner style.
I think I'm at 8 now.
Jeez.
I am at 10.
Mr.
Dargo
T.
is at 8 already? You've been here for like 2 sessions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What the hell?
He got to say, I'm gonna take them out before I did.
Yeah.
So I couldn't get those numbers.
Unfortunate. You watch as Mr. T gets up and brushes himself off. I'm gonna get everyone out. You get out too. Come on.
No.
The lift's ready.
No. There's probably what's making them still in there.
And you want to be around for that?
I want to
Yes.
stop him, actually.
That's why we came down here.
Well,
Didn't know he was doing this, but you know.
don't die.
Hey,
And he runs off, escorting the rest of them, and he grabs the body of the gnome.
Okay, good,
Dead
good.
gnome.
Let's go.
right.
Seems you only had 1 casualty.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oof. Still not good, but
Not perfect, but could have been much worse.
I'm gonna restart. It wasn't perfect.
We're gonna load from our last save state.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna reload from my last save state. I had a casualty, Fire Emblem style.
All right, you forgot to save, so you load up right after Calson's death. Dargle isn't here. Restart.
It's just there's an achievement that if we do it perfectly, we get it. And come on,
Come on,
I need that.
Need that
we want 100% completion.
Yeah.
We're the completionists.
I want to get my fucking the platinum trophy, the golden torrent.
Wait, the golden torrent is the platinum trophy?
Yes.
He's the maximum one. It's the trophy you get after completing everything else.
Fantastic.
But yeah, so I have a feeling that now is the time that I cast Locate Object.
Okay.
Would be good.
All right. About 500 feet above you, a figure is slowly making its way down, and you assume another tunnel.
All right, let's
Get moving.
get moving. Book it.
All right. You guys
Also
make your way.
Let's and also I want to make a point of along the way. I want to attempt with my other short sword that's not currently lit up. To if there are any glowing glyphs, to carve into it like I saw Dargul doing in order to attempt to break the connection.
I'll say make an attack roll, and we'll see how successful that is.
Hey.
Roll damage.
Nice.
This is the non-flame sword, so.
Hey.
The non-flame one.
Non-flame.
It doesn't get as much success as Dargul's.
Okay. So it's not breaking the connection.
No.
Okay.
There doesn't seem to be any as you're moving through this floor. But once you get about 300 feet up, fresh ones are
Lit up. Okay.
lit up and glowing.
Then can I try once with the fire sword?
I'm gonna say you will delay your pursuit
Shit.
because it takes 6 seconds to properly position yourself and strike.
I'll wait then. I'll wait around before I try again then.
Well, I'm saying, are you going to slow your pursuit of the entity to make this attack roll? Because you've already slowed it to make it once.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that.
Unless you want everyone to go on it without you, because you're gonna be 6 seconds behind, and you're already moving at 5 feet slower than everyone else.
Yeah, no, never mind then.
Okay.
I will mention that we should be breaking these if we can.
Yeah, it's just. I have a feeling that if we cut the head off, these won't matter that much. And besides, the little ones are easy enough to take out. This guy's making more.
And you do hear, as you're traveling upward, come, quicker. Yes, please.
I am going.
Coming.
It's just echoing throughout all the tunnels.
Stay focused, keep your wits about you.
Shh, it's only a minute. Fuck. Do I feel like we'll be there in a minute?
Probably not.
Mm,
Because they're moving at a fairly swift pace down the tunnels. So even when you reach the floor, you're still gonna have to move a significant distance to
Yeah.
get to them because they're moving ahead of you.
mhm. Yeah.
Just wait until we get closer.
Yeah. I'll just wait till we start getting closer.
Okay.
And if I feel like we're about, say, like half a minute away, maybe, like just like ballparking it, I would like to cast a spell on Aerith.
Oh.
Make an intelligence check. I'm sorry, I can't like. This isn't
No,
like
it's fine.
we're arriving at a destination that our quest is
Yeah,
at,
yeah,
so I
yeah.
can prepare. This is a constant thing that
Mhm.
you're having to try to adjust. Because the speed, you notice, is erratic.
Mhm.
Sometimes they're moving at a very slow pace, and then others it's just almost as if they teleported. They're moving that fast.
Yeah, I don't want to risk just like blowing that spell slot because I only have 2 left. So I will just
It's hard to
I'll
it's hard to tell.
yeah. I'll just wait till we're actually there.
Okay, so as you're moving down, you see, the carvings on the walls now are just like scrape marks. Like, took the claws and went from the ceiling all the way to the floor. And just occasionally every 5 feet. Just
How wide is the pathway?
the pathway is about 5 feet.
Okay.
So you're moving one at a time down the hallway. So single file style. And you keep speeding towards it, and you reach 400 feet up, and you're just about at the level, and you hear the voice saying, "Quick, quick! Will you be heroes or fools?" The chuckling
Caught
just
me last time, and
continues.
I almost got fucking beat the shit out of. So
Yes,
not
but
much time has passed, and my flames, my sword's probably not lit up anymore.
we weren't following him then.
And it lasts until you let go of it.
It does not
Oh
run out.
shit, you're right.
Yeah.
I thought it lasted for a minute for some reason.
Nope.
No, it's another thing. Okay, that does. You're right. This very well could be a trap. Probably is, but still
Yep. Seems to be.
one that we know we're walking into, so it should give us some help.
All right, and as you guys are making your way downward, so what's the marching order for me?
I'm leading everyone.
So
Okay.
I'm behind Dark.
so you guys, can you guys come to the bottom of the map for me?
Mhm.
So Dargul, the bottom of the map where your like mini tokens are.
Oh, gotcha. Small ones.
Yeah. So it's Dargul, Torin directly behind. You can't be
Can't be
beside
behind
them. You have to be directly in line with them because it's a 5-foot wide tunnel. Okay. Cool. Dargul, make a dexterity saving throw.
All right.
Ooh.
What the fuck is with the cock dice today?
I don't know. It's weird, but
It
hey,
is very
I'm
strange.
not complaining now.
It could have been a 1. So as you're moving along, you hear noise as you hit a tripwire, and then an arrow sticks into the wall next to you.
Everything alright up there?
Yeah, traps.
Fuck.
And
More carefully then, rather than swiftly.
so you know the glyphs around you all, the sort of like tunnel like scratch marks, they begin to glow a gray energy as well.
But stop the wall.
Try to firebolt it.
As you do, you all feel very cold. So go ahead and make your attack rolls. And each of them individually is lighting up.
Shit.
Alright, you scrape across with no effect. The firebolt hits. Roll the damage. And it but doesn't like indent or crack or sever
Yeah.
at all. And you just feel very cold. Like the temperature has dropped 40 degrees.
Yeah, it's kind of of like rubs her shoulders.
You continue forwards.
We need to break the connection.
Do you continue forwards or?
Big guy's the only one who's had luck with that.
Very cool, yeah.
It's chipped my great sword, so I feel like if I keep
I am
doing it,
literally siblings with one of the greatest smiths out there. We will get you a new weapon.
Yeah, but.
Yeah, but
What about during the
Now,
fight?
Now, if I break my great sword now, will you be
I,
able to?
I could
Can we
take
make another
point.
attempt?
Go ahead. The temperature's dropped 50 degrees at this point. In the
This is
tunnel.
with the flame sword.
While she's doing that, I'm gonna try to look ahead.
All right.
See if I
Cut.
see any traps like directly ahead of us.
All right. You cut and sever one of the connections,
Okay.
and there is 8 more in this tunnel.
I could take points since I'm good at dodging.
Okay.
Can
Alright.
I, while she was making that attack, could I have looked ahead to see if there's any traps?
Make a perception check.
Okay. Wonderful.
Nothing.
Hey,
Coast
okay.
is clear.
Well,
Let's get going. He's getting away.
now I am in the front.
All right. So with that attack roll, everyone make Constitution saving throws as you see the tunnel you're going down towards. More of these are lighting up, and snow begins to fall from the ceiling. Oh, shit. Nice, Mirith.
Yeah.
No, they're
Dragonfly,
not.
yay.
They're not at disadvantage. They're not at disadvantage now.
Oh!
Oh my god.
I just puff up in the winter plummet.
Yep. Mirith, using some of your natural flames, you stave it off. Nyx and Dargul suffered 2 points of cold damage
Oh fuck.
as it starts to become a winter. And seemingly 100 more feet down the hallway, which he was so close and then just flipped. Make a con save to keep your spell. Concentrating, Dargul.
True shit.
Okay.
Thank God.
It teetered on some really low numbers there.
And you hear the voice say, I just love the cold, don't you?
It's fine.
Do,
It's okay.
do I? Oh, hold on a second.
He's dead. Dargul dies.
How thick is the fur on my hybrid form?
I mean, werewolves aren't exactly winter wolves.
Fair. I was just wondering if
Unless
there
it gives you
was
anything, unless it specifies that you get advantage on anything like that, I don't
Okay.
think it's gonna
Okay,
give
fair
you
enough.
any advantage or anything.
How far away is he still?
He's about 150 feet away. He was 50 and then just 100.
I literally just need to get him in the light of the greatsword. I literally just need him in the light of the greatsword.
Just keep going.
Yeah, keep moving.
At this point, if we try to like break all of these, either our weapons are gonna break, or he's just gonna get so far away that it doesn't even matter.
Yeah, I think we.
Yep.
I know, but like I know with more of these lit up, it increases the chance of more of those monsters going after people.
Then
Yeah.
let's get to him. and
These
stop
these
him.
ones don't seem to be doing that. They're doing
If it's
different
a-
things.
Okay, they're
If
probably
it took an
doing
action or
something.
two to just break one and there's still 7 more, like we can't.
Yeah,
Right
we
now,
can't.
We can't stay behind and do it. No,
we
I
can't.
totally get that. Yeah.
So
Fair
Torin,
enough.
I am directing you, basically kind of like I'm pushing you. Like again, if my hand
Alright,
goes
let's
to the
go.
left, I say turn left. Hand goes right.
Oh yeah, because Torn can't see.
Yeah.
Well, if you have
Yeah, I've
light,
got-
he's
I've got
actually
light on my
faster
greatsword.
than you. Can you concentrate on light while you're concentrating on your spell?
Wait, hold on a second. Is it concentration? I don't think it's concentration.
I don't know if light is. I don't know.
It's just a duration. It's just a duration.
Oh, locate object.
No, light.
Oh, light. Okay, I didn't know if light was concentration. That's what I was asking.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't know either. Looks it up.
It was like, oh.
Yeah, that
It
would
was
be
like
bad.
that could have been bad.
That would be super
So
bad.
you guys keep going forward, and Torin, as you're making your way forward, no trap, but you see his face
Oh,
lash
hello.
out at you, and it snaps. Make an intelligence saving throw. Nyx, at the moment he does, you do as well. You get to add your D4 to this, by the way.
Huh.
What does his face look
It's
like?
still not gonna help.
You don't know. You're not seeing this.
Do I get advantage on this because it's
This
a
is magic.
effect? Okay, so cool. I do get advantage on that one.
It's a 7.
Okay, you still fail. But,
Whoa.
you realize it's an illusion and you push through, but Torin reacts and moves backwards, and you watch as some blood drips out of his ears as you take a point of psychic damage.
Fuck. Understandable,
just-
sir. Have a nice day.
But you like push him forwards, and Torin, you snap out of it and keep moving towards.
So keep going.
All right,
I'm fucking yeeting, dude.
you're about 100 feet away, and you see a tail just disappear down a corridor, and you hear, "So close, yet so far."
Then show yourself, bastard.
That wouldn't be any fun, now would it? And as you turn the corner, or approach the corner, you see one of the creatures jump out. And by jump out, I mean you see a claw around the corner, so he throws one into you. So Torin, make a dex save.
I'm good at these.
Hell yeah, you are.
Don't say that.
I'm
man.
good at these.
You like
Yeah,
Ooh, some matrix dodge.
matrix dodge, and it just spatters against the wall and is like looking towards you all.
Just slash.
Yeah, it does. I'm not gonna complicate this too much. You just slash at it as you run by, and you turn the corner and you see him at the very end of it, so about like 60 feet away from you. And his back is to like a dead end, and you see he is dragging his claw up and making an archway.
I am going to, as soon as I see him within range, cast guiding bolt.
Okay.
I'm
Roll
a
initiative.
guardian.
Roll initiative. He was
Do I get
expecting
to-
you.
Do I get the bolt out?
No, because you're not exactly surprising anybody.
Oh, there it is.
He knew you were coming.
Jesus
He
Christ.
could hear you clomping down the hallway.
Gotta
What?
keep knocking on wood to keep this up, man.
Oh fuck, there's so many initiatives in this turn order now. Why?
I got a 24.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
Mr.
wait,
Krabs.
yeah. I wasn't clicking on the big icon. I was clicking on the little icon.
That's fine.
Oh, I clicked on the
Same.
little one as well.
Yeah, they're different icons, so different initiatives.
Alrighty.
What does he look like?
Alright. I will.
Oh, yeah, you haven't seen him yet.
I will tell you. You see the back currently. Yeah, go ahead. Very fine, like blue robes cover this figure, and you see large, no claws coming out of it, but gray fur, no like spots or anything, just gray fur, as it's like carving up and has halfway through this archway. You see the back of his head is fairly gnoll-like, and you see as he turns towards you with a sickening grin on his face. At the end of like the mouth, like where the snout is, instead of like the dog nose, it's a pig's nose, and he's got these like crimson eyes. And you see in his left hand, one-handed, this massive serrated maul that's made out of this black iron, and some blood is dripping off of it. And he even has like haunches like a gnoll almost, but he's like extremely hunched over. Not even like how they saw him. He was hunched over this same way, and it helps him fit into this tunnel. But you feel if he actually like stretched his back out, he'd be feet taller than. He'd probably be 3 feet taller than Dargul,
Okay.
maybe more. It's hard to tell from this distance, but he smiles at all of you. And everybody, after rolling initiative, you watch as he smiles, and you see in his eyes this clear insanity, and everyone needs to make wisdom saving throws.
Okay.
Yes, +2
Oh,
dex.
no.
Ooh!
Whoa.
Oh.
Holy moly! So
Trying for those
Torin.
20s immediately.
Yeah. We're both really good at wisdom saves too.
I only had one. All right.
All right, 1 second. I
And
need
we
to.
all had one.
So before this combat, I'm going to fill up my water bottle and go to the restroom. So this because this is big.
Yeah.
Though I will describe quickly. Mirith and Dargul seem to like tense up and like shake a little bit.
Okay.
Oh, fuck.
Be back in a minute, too.
Oh boy.
Mm-hmm.
That's not good. Uh-oh, Scadios.
Oh, fuck. I haven't been checking chat.
I have not been either. I haven't seen a ton.
What is wrong with us? I can't even check chat because I just got into the Twitch
got
thing.
into Twitch? Oh my god, you ho.
Listen, I'm sick. Give me some fucking slack, dude.
Only a little.
Good. It's all I demand.
There's that shit you gotta earn.
No, it's I have it. It's mine.
Hello.
Hi.
What's Justin's?
I haven't been looking at chat, and I'm just saying I'm sick and cut me some slack.
And
Yeah.
I said no, only a little.
Okay.
And I say, hush, Alex. I deserve it.
He does.
That was it. That was the essence of the conversation.
Well done.
Good roleplay.
Good RP. Top notch. Top notch.
Did
Well-
it.
Only the best here at the at Let the Good Times Roll.
HQ.
Oh, hell yeah.
HQ. Yeah, Torin and Nyx, oddly enough, are not affected by this.
Mm-hmm.
The
As-
madness, boys.
As you steady yourselves. I took into account a thing, and you still passed, so good job.
Hey.
You took into account madness,
Madunis!
Marker.
Madunis.
the mouse marker.
Hello.
Oh no, welcome back.
Did I miss anything?
No,
Yeah,
I was
banter.
in the, yeah, you missed some really good banter, honestly.
Wonderful.
All
Yeah,
right.
you can always watch it back since we'll be posting it on YouTube.
Ooh,
True.
at youtube.com/ Let the Good Times Roll. Is that how that works? I don't know how to plug YouTube links.
Yeah.
Follow my fucking Twitter, please.
As he
At knockoff Justin.
Torin, at the
Oh,
top of the turn order, it is your turn.
I'm punch him.
All right, he's 60 feet away.
I'm last key point and punch him.
All right,
I
you
was gonna say, you fool, you doubt the range of my punch.
from 60 feet away, just cool. You do the
When I was
fucking.
about to do it. Nick says that he looks up like at God.
No, of course not.
He looks up at God and then just does it.
What's the what's the name of the Hamon punch where you like disconnect your shoulder?
Zoom punch.
Yeah, the zoom punch from like 60 feet away somehow. Nah.
You're an astral self monk now.
Hey, it wouldn't
What a
surprise me,
transition.
JoJo.
What a transition. So you rush up after using your key point and just. All right, 1 second as you attack.
Swear to God, this fucker has sanctuary on him again.
Okay. You watch as you connect with his back, and as you do, you hear him go as two more of him appear next to him. Roll your damage.
Okay, cool.
Spunk. Whack! Takes it. Doesn't even flinch. And that your turn?
Yes.
All right.
Use that as my turn.
After your turn, you watch as he goes to be so close, and his claws just keep going, scraping, yet so far. And you watch as his claws moves, his maul swings out to the side, and you see an image of Calcin dead, Mirith, the same wound that the hyena gave him, just walk towards you and sit there in front of you.
Shit.
And it's just staring at you, and you hear in Calcin's voice, "Save me!"
She kind of like lets out a little whimper and puts her hand over her mouth, looking horrified.
And then he is about like 75% of the way done with his archway. Alrighty. Dargul. I need you to roll me a 1d4.
Oh no. Wouldn't it be a D3?
Tell me what you roll. That's not at all what that is. You don't know what's happening.
I was making a guess.
No. What'd you roll, John?
4.
4. Alright. You watch as you, seemingly like in your headspace, rush up to him and slash your greatsword. Make an attack roll.
Shit. Natural.
You all watch as Dargul turned his blade around and missed his stomach. And you stayed stationary the entire time. But in your headspace, you slashed across his chest and cut him in twain. And as you roar in triumph, you're suddenly shunted back to reality and looking down at you, almost stabbing yourself in the chest.
Snap back to reality. Oh.
Oh!
There goes gravity.
Oh! There goes gravity. Nyx, it's your turn.
Okay, so I am going to move my 25 feet and I am going to shoot a bolt
You shoot a gun.
at, yeah, I'm just gonna shoot a regular bolt.
Alright, shoot
Okay.
a bolt. Shoot
And, well,
my
no,
gun.
first, bonus action, poison. Or wait, no. I'm
Yeah,
doing a
I
short
was
rest,
gonna
can
say.
go once, never mind.
I was gonna say that's the shortest short rest I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
As you do, it just into the wall behind him. Missing.
Dashing constantly counts as like light activity, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, running counts as light activity.
Mirror.
We did it for an
Fighting for
hour.
our lives. I mean, it's
I
light
thought I forgot
activity.
I had only one of those for sure.
No, it's okay. I'm just making a joke.
Mirror.
God,
Do I roll a 1d4?
Roll a 1d4.
Uh-oh.
Cool. Hell yeah. 2.
2. Okay, so currently, Torin's up here, we'll say. Move you guys back. Alright.
Uh-oh, spaghetti.
Nyx
Uh,
is 2, 3, 4, 5 up.
Alright. Make a dagger attack roll with advantage.
Okay.
Because
Uh-oh.
Dargul is not expecting what's coming next.
Right.
You watch as you see in your headspace your spells deflecting off of the creature's carapace, and in anger you charge forward and jab with your dagger deep into its back, twisting. And Dargul, you take 4 points of piercing damage as Mirth's dagger sticks into the bottom lower part of your back.
Ow.
And then you snap back to reality, Mirth, and you see your dagger buried into Dargul.
Daryl just looking down at you like,
I pull it out and kind of like take a horrified step back. I'm so sorry.
And at that time, you're stumbling backwards. The illusion of Calson is still just sitting there. Help!
Just kind of
He's
looks back
dancing.
at that.
Yeah, he's dancing. He's going. No, he's not. Not at all, actually.
He's doing the dead man shuffle.
Oh boy, Torin, it's your turn.
I'm gonna punch him twice.
Oh, you
Fancy footwork for a month.
Controversial moves.
Cool.
roll severity.
Well,
Someone.
well,
I can roll it.
All right.
Okay, 14.
There's no one around of your friends to punch, so you're fine.
Nice.
You watch as you hit whack right into his back. Oh! And your knuckle, it hurts, but you push through the pain and punch again, but get the same response. This time, missing completely and like hitting the wall behind him, just like.
okay, so I missed him both times.
And
Cool,
it is his turn. You watch him turn around, and the image of Calson disappears as he gets to about like 85% way done, and his head just turns, and he starts laughing hysterically. And I need Nyx, Dargul, and Mirith to make charisma saving throws.
Can I advantage, please?
Yeah, it's magical.
Okay, thank you.
Damn, Mirith.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Mirith and Nyx fail as you feel your head is being like suppressed and pushed downwards as the Bane spell takes effect.
Oh fuck.
Alrighty.
Mirith's like, whatever. Okay.
Cool stuff.
Fuck.
Dargul, is your turn.
How interesting.
Okay. Snap
Right,
back to
good
reality.
papers, I guess.
Ow, there goes gravity.
Ow, that's my backity.
Ow, there's a dagger in my backity.
Oh snap! Here comes reality. Oh fuck! There goes gravity as he stabbed. There's a knife in my back.
Amazing. Beautiful.
I am going
Thank you. Alex.
Excellent.
Very cool.
just whip out a guiding bolt straight to
Just whip it out.
whip it out.
Whip it out.
Alright, make
Does he
your
not make a
attack
D4?
roll.
Or is
Well,
that
Dargul,
You know,
Dargul rolled a 20. Yeah, he fucking
you know, some
saved.
people are into that.
Some
Okay.
people can save those things.
Some.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll. Dargul.
Only some.
When did he make a save for
Are
it?
you fucking
Oh,
kidding
no.
me?
Wow.
If you look above yours, Mirith, charisma save, 20.
Oh, but that was for the Bane, right? I meant like
Yeah.
the madness thing.
Oh,
Is that not
that
affecting us right now?
no,
Okay.
you
That
you
went away
snapped out
after
of
that
it.
first.
It's a 1-turn effect.
Okay, good. I was worried. Like, you didn't say make a save at the end of your turn. I was like, oh no.
Is this super? Is this like a super charm or something?
Super confusion.
Super
Like,
confusion.
holy shit.
Someone roll severity. This could get
Why
bad.
is it that every time I roll
I'll roll
something
it.
that I'm supposed to be
John.
good at, I just eat shit?
It's rough.
Oh no!
Wait, I thought higher
Did you
is
just
better.
crit me?
No.
No, higher is worse. Lower is
Higher's
better.
worse.
Yeah.
Did you just crit me?
That's how it's always been.
Shit, I thought it was the other way around.
No.
Did I just get critted?
No, I'm not that mean. I'm not that mean. But as you like do that, your struggle with the creature, its tail like smacks you, Torin, and you are pushed sideways, and the guiding bolt buries into your back. Go ahead and roll damage, Sean.
Whip it out.
Whip it out.
You really did.
Oh!
Oh my god!
Guys, wait for it.
I'm down.
And you just hear, fools it is then.
Oh, Marie, you in your sleep, Nick. It's fine.
I don't know if I can keep playing D&D. I don't know if I can. Because this has happened now 3 sessions in a row.
Next, it's your
This
turn.
Kind of shit.
I'm sorry.
Not gonna attack your ally.
Why did that nat 20 have to happen? Why?
It's okay.
You were only guaranteed to hit Torin if it was max severity. And that's max severity for you.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
It's not-
man.
It's not even Nick's game. Because every game I've been in the last 3 sessions have just been absolute eat shit.
I'm gonna move 25 feet forward. Move forward.
Luck has been a
Am I
scarcity
still,
lately.
I've moved 50 feet up. I'm within 10 feet, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. Fuck it, I'll take the action and I'll go into hybrid form.
Alright, and then you just... The anger of being unable to reach your targets every single time because of your short gnome legs. Your body begins to contort and shift and you become your werewolf form. And he turns around and is looking as his claws like almost to the floor and just goes, "That's a neat trick." Mirith. Darkle just blasted Tor. No, I'm kidding. He must be evil! Ah! Whoa!
No. Party turns on each other.
Ah!
I just asked the guy if I could go with him.
Torin.
Oh, you do?
No.
Okay.
That was a joke. I'm gonna scorching ray him. He can this though.
Oh!
Pew,
Make your attack rolls.
pew,
Don't nat one.
pew, pew.
All right, two of them.
Progressively worse.
Two of them impact him. Roll your damage.
Oh, damn.
Actually, yep, two of them impact him. All right, and you watch as they dissipate and don't seem to do as much damage as you were hoping.
Shit, I thought he did cold stuff. So, okay. Oh well. I am going to move like 10 feet back.
Okay.
Because that's where the map ends.
Now it's gonna be kind of difficult for you to see him over Dargul.
Is it still like like I can't like move to the side?
No, it's still a 5-foot wide tunnel.
Okay. He's like right here, right?
Yeah.
So it's 60 feet. Okay.
I'm just saying it's like he's a lot taller than you, and you're in a very small tunnel.
Okay.
Torin, that's save your throw, please.
I do not want him to get cover as well, so.
That is a failure.
Seems about right. On a fucking leg.
He scratches his claw
What the fuck
further
is the luck for
downward.
this fucking game?
Not good.
It's just
You
not
know,
what-
Hell of a chance
you know,
for
I
you.
had a game where I was playing a pugilist and I nat 20 2 attacks, back to back, and then I come here and I die.
Yeah.
Let's see.
You die on camera too.
It's not your turn, Dargul. It's his turn.
You just hit the next turn button. It was just.
Yeah, sorry, it's just me. Being
He was
me.
ready, boy.
He completes, and you watch as the glyphs begin to pulse and glow, and then he turns, smiles, and vanishes from sight. Not stepping through the glowing sphere, but just disappearing from sight entirely.
I still have locate object though, unless 10 minutes have passed by now.
Concentration then.
It's probably
have-
been longer than 10 minutes, honestly, if you were traveling about... Nah, we'll say you're at the end of it. Yeah, you can still sense, but that doesn't change the fact that he's invisible.
Yeah, I just know where he is.
Yeah,
Is
he
here
is...
still.
He has stepped... you sense him vaguely in front of Torin. And it's now your turn.
I am going to. Wait, in front? You mean like here or here?
Sorry. He's standing over top of like Torin's body, but
Okay.
not closer to the end of the tunnel, but closer to you guys.
Okay. So,
There's like over here.
Yeah, he's right there.
so
Okay, this is a relative map. Dargul has not moved. He is still 60 feet away. So that guy is now 55 feet away from him.
I have made
So I
a
was gonna say
smiley
I'm
face
10 feet
too.
from him still yet.
Yeah, you are.
He is a smiley face of horror.
so I will use my bonus action to cast. Wait, no. I'll first approach.
30 feet.
Roughly. Yeah, I'll go ahead and move 30 feet up.
Okay.
And use my bonus action to cast Healing Word on Torin.
I'm back, baby! Torin's back up.
You
He said death saves.
get back 6 health,
Not bad.
and there went my last spell slot.
Torin, you
I was
wake
gonna
up.
say, Jesus, that's gonna
Hmm?
start.
You wake up, Torin.
I'm back, baby.
You're on your ass and you don't see the entity anywhere.
Yeah, and since I cannot see the entity, I unfortunately cannot use a cantrip on the
Beans.
Yeah.
Oh shit, dude.
I don't want
Ah, fuck, dude. Oh, man. You could dash.
Son of a bitch. But then I'm right next to a dude that has advantage on attack rolls against me. So granted, It's probably better if he tries to attack me than Torrent, so yeah, I'll actually dash up to him.
Okay, you dash up.
And at least give everybody else like he's here kind of deal.
Yeah, you actually bump up against him and you just hear, "Good. I don't have to get closer." Nix, you're
Since
behind
he's
Dargul.
pointed him out. Oh fuck, that's right. I'm behind him. I can't. Fuck. Yeah, and I can't stand next to him or anything. I'd have to get over Torin in order to hit him. Sorry, Torin. I'm gonna go ahead and do that.
You can't.
I can't.
You walk. You try to pass through Dargul's space and
Yeah,
bump
yeah,
into
he's
a
here,
brick
but
wall.
like between me and Torrent.
Yeah.
Right. So okay.
You can move through ally spaces, but
You can't
So-
occupy them.
I can't occupy them. Okay.
Mhm.
I can move through allies, but I can't occupy. Fuck. I can't hit him then. Unless I were to pull out ranged. Fuck me. What's the point of using my action on this? Yeah, I guess I'll shoot a fucking bolt then at him, and I will.
You
stay
know what?
behind
Make a acrobatics check.
Okay. Ah, fuck! I'm at disadvantage still because of the posture.
I keep forgetting about that. You can make one attack roll as you like go through and like slash at Dargul, like underneath Dargul's legs. I'll give you an attack.
Okay.
I'm trying to help you out here. I'm sorry.
I know you are. It's fine. I'm not mad at you. That groan was fucking frustration. The situation. Okay.
Frustration.
Okay, so 3. I hit disadvantage still.
It's okay.
That's a 9.
It's a
You
nice-
slash out with the sword, and unfortunately, you can't
No,
connect
it's not the
with
sword. It's
anything.
the claws. I've gotta add the claws in yet.
Okay. The you slash out your claw and you get nothing. Like not even close to anything.
And actually, it would still be at disadvantage because he is invisible.
This is also true. Mirith.
You right.
The boy is invisible.
Oh, you also have a minus 1d4 to all attack rolls and saving throws. Oh, not anymore. He's concentrating on a different spell. My bad. Yeah, because Bane is concentration, invisibility is concentration.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna move 30 feet up, and
I can still. Oh no, that's right. You have to use the acrobatics for because I was gonna say bonus action, but no.
I move 30 feet up, raise the orb, and kind of like chant something, and Dargul is going to grow bigger.
Dargul is now way bigger than the space he is encompassing.
Is it
I
5 feet tall?
I am squeezing.
Yeah. This is a mine for like dwarves and gnomes.
Mm.
Sorry, I didn't specify how big this was. Like, Dargul's head was like a couple feet from the ceiling.
Doesn't it fill to? Doesn't he grow big enough to occupy the space if there's no space for him to grow?
Well, then he wouldn't get the benefit of like being enlarged, because he wouldn't even be large size category at
Okay,
that point.
fair enough.
I mean, it'd be extremely awkward. It's like someone, like he'd have to be like this, and trying to like move around.
The creature or object attains the maximum possible size in the space available. If they can't double in size.
All right, sure. Then it works. I guess that makes sense. So Dargul gets a little bigger, and the enlarged spell takes hold.
Okay.
Dargul, you are as tall as the ceiling and like.
That's all I can do.
Alrighty. Torin, it's your turn.
I'm gonna try to stand up.
Stand
I'm
up.
gonna try to punch the thing I can't see.
All right, roll with disadvantage, my man.
Gotcha. Spang, spang. That's it.
All right. Nothing. Missing. Wildly. All right.
That's my turn.
The entity's turn. You watch Dargul as you're standing there, steadfast, prepared. you hear a crackling energy as from out of the invisibility, a hand with necrotic energy is reached out towards you.
Bad touch.
The twins.
Crit.
Nat 20.
Did you fucking nat 20? We've talked about this.
I'm sorry.
We've talked
Yeah,
about
it
this.
is an
This is a
inflict
crit,
wounds.
crit magnet, apparently.
Yeah.
Okay.
Goodbye, Dargul.
No,
60, 10.
he's fine. I'm just doing 3d10 and doubling it. It only did 26 points of necrotic damage.
I'm
That's
down.
impressively low.
As he just reaches out and grabs Dargul by the throat, lifts him up, and the life seems to drain out and just drops him. And just... So, heroes, come on.
Fucking coward.
Is he now visible?
Oh yeah, he's very visible.
Okay, I can do things to him.
Dargul, make a death saving throw.
I can fuck him up.
I would have laughed so hard that was a nat 20.
That would have been amazing.
That would have been amazing. I just drop and just like rise like the Undertaker from WWE.
Ooh! Get ready, brother. You're about to be in a world of pain. Nyx, your turn.
Okay, so I can pass. I can't occupy. He's super visible now, though.
I mean, you can step over the unconscious body of...
Okay,
Dark
I'll do
Bull.
that because I want to fucking hit. That's not the right body.
You step into him.
Fuck
Ah!
you, I know.
You're just slowly being absorbed into him now.
No, no!
Okay, 2 paw claw attacks.
Not like this!
Two
Paw claw, that's
paw
adorable.
claws. It's 23.
Aw.
Not
23
pathetic.
definitely hits. Alright, that would hit. And you watch as your second claw goes, one of the second versions of him steps in and poof, disappears.
Motherfucker, you're a fucking coward.
Coward is such an easy phrase for a weakling.
Says the man who can't face it head on.
That's why you die. Strength is more than just using your body. Mirith,
You can see him now.
you can see him now.
You can see him.
Not risking Chromatic
Please.
Orb, though. That's the last spell slot I have, so... 3, 2, 4... 9 points of damage, of course.
Alright.
Get fucked.
Gets hit and smacked.
Okay.
And he just is laughing madly the entire time. Seemingly not super phased by it.
I'm 30 feet away, right?
Just about.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay where I am.
Alright. Thorin,
You can see.
Hello. I can see him.
you can.
I shall schwonk him.
Well, he's
Punch.
at +1 because and flanking.
Oh, yes. A 12 does not make a difference. No. that-
No,
that's okay.
I'm rolling it. Oh yeah, that's it. Fuck.
Fuck! You suck!
17.
Alright. Alright, and you watch as your fist goes, the second duplicate disappears.
Okay.
It would have hit, but the mirror image spell kicked in. Mirror image. There's still 2 of them. Just kind of circling around. Alright, and it's his turn. And he brings up his serrated maul and slams it down towards Nyx. Does a 25 hit you?
Yeah.
Alright.
You steer werewolf one.
Yep. So it'll be halved.
It is a magical weapon.
Fuck me.
I'm sorry, it's
No, it makes sense. It makes sense.
it's his position. At least it's not silvered.
Yeah. No, otherwise I'd be really fucked.
You take 12 points of bludgeoning damage,
Ouchies.
and then this is halved. An additional
Uh
1 point of slashing damage as the serration cuts into you. And then he grabs out and goes to chomp down on you.
I say no, sir, please. I do not consent.
And then he rolls a 25 to hit. This, however, is resisted because his jaws are not magical. But you still take 6 points of piercing damage.
Still in double digits, boys.
Alright. Torn. Oh, no. Sorry. Dargul, death save. Dargul.
Success.
Success. Nyx.
Hey, so, real quick, gonna reread,
Real shit.
my strikes. When
Real
you
shit.
use the action with an arm strike, you can make another arm strike. Fuck, so I either have to do 2 paw claws or fuck me, okay?
Yep.
Because my sword's still lit.
Yep.
And I would love to use that, but then it can't attack twice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This fucking
Unfortunately, you can't
oh.
transfer it.
The paws, I can't transfer it.
You have to take more damage.
I would have to take more damage, and that's not what I want to do right now.
More damage.
Hannibal.
Claw claws, twice.
Wow.
A 12 and a 24.
Alright, the last duplicate poofs.
Son of a bitch!
That's the last one.
It is the last one.
Mirith.
Fireball.
Fireball!
I invoke the right of dragon and cast fireball.
Fireball.
Fireballs.
Third level.
Alright.
Fireball.
Yeah, don't wizards get
Alright.
spell slots equal to their level?
Yeah,
They
of
get some
course.
level
Yeah,
spells
that's
at
why
level
wizards-
3?
Of course, yeah.
That's why they have a D4.
Yep.
That's balanced.
It's my turn.
Alright. It dissipates across his side. Went ahead a second here.
Oh god. If that were the case, levels 11 to 20 must suck. So you got level 9, and you're never gonna get any other spells anymore. What?
What?
Yeah. You can cast level 9 spells at level 9. You are a god amongst men for now.
Alright. Torin, back up to your turn.
2 punches. 20 is 20.
Alright, one of those hits.
Punch.
You crack him. And he is now just starting to look rough.
Hey.
Okay, that's something.
I can't wait for that inflict wounds.
Yeah, right. I'm waiting for it.
You watch as he raises up his maul. And then just...
He might be out of spell slots though.
he probably could
I
do
don't know. I
more,
wasn't
but...
counting.
But he'd rather just hit you with his big weapon. And he's gonna smack you again next.
Oh boy, probably not gonna survive this one, guys.
22 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
11 points of bludgeoning damage.
That's exactly what I have right now.
Alright. Get taken down and he turns around and his jaws snap out at Torin.
Hello.
22 to hit. He's rolling fucking well. This is annoying.
Uh-huh.
You take 5 points of piercing damage.
I'm still up, baby.
Let's go! Oh, I forgot you're at like 6 HP! Oh, God.
Still up, baby.
Next, that saving throw.
Hold on, I have to make a test of it too.
Oh, yes, I forgot. My bad.
Make it.
Crush it, crush it, crush it. Hey, stable. That's a
Hey,
success! Mirith.
Did we say the charm person from the orb can affect like non-humanoids?
Yeah.
That is an idea.
Firebolt's doing shit, so yeah, charm person.
Guys,
Alright.
did we save before this?
No.
No.
Did we
you
save?
didn't.
Did we do it?
Fuck.
Unfortunately,
You hold out the
Did we do a
orb,
battle save?
and your enchantment begins to take hold of his mind, and then you just hear him. And he is immune to being charmed.
Fair. Shit. Okay.
and unfortunately, guys, I'm sorry I really dropped the ball on this one. We're actually on Iron Man mode.
Oh no!
Oh,
What?
fuck you, classic Iron Man. Fuck you.
Shit. So, he's just starting to look rough now.
Just beginning to, yeah.
I'm gonna move 15 feet back, so I'm 45 feet away from him.
That makes sense. Doran, your turn.
Wizard strats.
Yeah.
I am going to punch him twice.
Oh, 2 hits.
Who hits?
Pow! I'm
Nice.
whammy, whammy.
Dude, it's been
Whack, whack. And then he turns to you and he brings up his maul.
Oh no.
Just goes, now, little birdie. That's a 17 to hit?
Pizza.
He's down.
Just the wizard now.
He's at 1
He just
Wizard.
whack smashes him into the ground, and he pulls up his serrated mace and he turns to Mirith. Run, little wizard. And he's gonna.
The wizard with no spell slots. We didn't buy potions. We had enough money to do it.
And he's gonna make his way towards you, just like 30 feet forwards, and just staring at you, smiling with your friend's blood dripping down his
There's
teeth.
literally a pile of us over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nyx.
No. Oh, Dargle's stable. Never mind.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I don't get the net 20 possibility.
Yeah. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Mirith, your turn.
That's kind of what we need.
That's what we need. We need a nat 20 right now.
We need a hero.
No, not for a hero.
To
The morning light.
What the fuck?
He's gotta be strong and he's gotta be fast.
Oh, is this a
Fight!
I'm trying to see, like,
I'm
I can run up to him and burning him. He's resistant. It's a DC 12 and he is resistant, so I feel like that's useless, but I don't know.
That's probably not gonna go well.
He can do quarter, like, it can just do quarter damage. Like, do I stab him with the dagger? Like,
I
these
feel
are my
like,
options.
I feel like
I
just
don't think you want to get in range of that mall.
Yeah.
I feel like just firebolting right now is pretty much what you want to do.
Keep your distance and firebolt.
Yeah, I am going to.
Because even 1 damage is still damage.
Yeah.
Potato damage is still damage. Enough of it consistently.
Yeah. I will firebolt.
You're just backing away, panicked, just looking through your books. Anything, nothing.
Yeah, anything. I have a bag of sand. I could pocket sand him.
Pocket sand. And like,
Right, that is an idea.
That's the thing he's like weak to.
oh my god,
Hell
literal
yeah.
1 damage.
I don't think I've rolled good on firebolt. Like, I think I've rolled good once on firebolt.
Doran, death save.
It's been rough.
let's
I'm-
go.
I'm moving 30
let's
feet back.
go. Hey.
Let's go.
Hey, success. So you're 30 feet back, so you're 75 feet away from him. At this
Yeah.
point.
But he moves 30 forward, right? So I think he's
No,
45.
He was 45 away from you, so then you moved another 30. 30 and 45 is 75.
Okay.
You watch as he's just walking towards you slowly. He moves 40 feet upwards, and he says, "You know, we don't have a lot of mages where I come from." He raises his hand, and some eldritch energy begins to coalesce around it.
Uh-oh.
I like you. Poof! 2 eldritch blasts are coming
Oh,
in your direction.
Oh, Eldritch Blast!
16 to hit.
Yeah, hits.
Oh
don't have
my
shields.
god!
And then 14.
You had mage armor
Miss.
though.
Yeah, 15 AC right now.
Oh,
Okay.
God.
So one of them, but the first one hits into your chest, and he does 6 points of force damage.
Okay. Pretty sure pocket sand's the only way.
It is.
Pocket sand might be the tactic here.
Yeah.
Nyx.
Maybe he can't cross sand. Maybe it's like,
Ooh,
No.
Demons or
maybe.
some shit.
I don't
Some weird esoteric
no.
demon roll.
Yeah.
Oh!
Ah!
No!
No! Ah!
You haven't failed. You haven't failed. It's okay.
I know, but that's still a 1, man.
Not again!
Yeah.
Not again! I'm having flashbacks, guys. I'm at 2 successes, 2 fails. I'm having flashbacks.
Mirith. You could try a firebolt stabilize.
What?
I don't know, man. I'm trying to help you out. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Cauterize the wound?
Listen, I'm not gonna lie. This guy a little out of your league right now.
Yeah, I can't even like act like he can dash more than I can. Like well, let me just switch to 3G wizard real quick.
Oh yeah. Easy.
Yeah.
Easy.
I think we load back our last save, guys.
Yeah, we need to reload.
Even if it goes back.
We should really start the show.
Firebolt.
We should really.
We
Just,
should
you know.
really restart the show.
Alright, it hits.
Hey.
That is still
Not
decent
shit.
damage. That is
That's like
It just
3,
hits
4,
across him and he's
4,
still just gritting and
Guys,
smiling,
fucking
walking
shaking.
towards you.
I'm not ready for this.
30 feet back.
Torin.
I'm pretty sure.
How many have you failed one already?
No.
No.
Okay. Oh
Okay. Keep it together, Nick. You're a DM. You're a psychotic demon. You're a crazy demon right now.
It's okay.
Mindset.
DM, please, we can't have you freaking out right now.
I just want to tell everyone.
Play it out.
I just
Yeah,
want to
play
say
it out.
everyone, this wasn't actually that bad of an idea until we started not wanting every other roll.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, this wasn't that bad of an idea.
That's just been
us winning this.
That's just been D&D
That's
lately
been
in
this campaign.
general.
These characters are cursed.
They really are.
So much bad luck.
So
Let
cursed.
the old bring the new.
You
I
watch
need
as
Balin.
you watch as he takes
Any
humor.
August back, please?
He walks 40 feet forwards and he looks back to the portal that's swirling
There's still that
and
problem
opening.
as well.
And he looks to you and he goes, "You know, your friends may find a nice home there." And he turns
Touch them.
and he turns around and he dashes and moves and he gets to where Nyx's body is. And that's his turn.
Oh, fuck.
Nyx, it's your turn.
Nix, you need to get back up. You need to stabilize now.
Come on. Come on.
Shut up. Shut up. I'm having flashbacks, okay? I'm having more flashbacks.
Just roll it.
Do
Just
it.
roll it.
Oh
Just
my
roll it. Just roll it.
Just roll it.
Just roll it.
You
Close your
know,
eyes
I
and
can't
roll
look.
it.
I can't look.
Yes! Ah!
Are
Ooh. Okay.
Oh my god.
Mirith, it's your turn.
How far away is he now?
He went back 40 feet.
It's so hard to keep track in my head.
You were, he's easily 120 feet away from you at this point. Because you were 75-ish feet away from him, and then he moved back, and he dashed. So he moved 80 feet.
Mirith's not leaving her friends. 30 feet forward and firebolts.
Okay.
It's fucking stupid, but
it's
not
still-
leaving.
So you would say you're now within 90 feet of him.
Yes.
Cool. Just checking.
For 2 points of damage.
You watch as it hits into his back. Torin.
Don't touch them.
Oh.
Jesus.
Oh!
Okay.
Come on,
Okay.
what-
Don't
what-
fucking
On
jinx
the
it,
wire.
any of you. Don't jinx it, any of you. I
Why-
swear to God.
Why is
You
it that
saying
your
don't
death
jinx it,
saves-
don't jinx it is gonna jinx it.
Why
No,
are-
don't say that, man.
Why are your death saves literally either 15 or 1?
And you watch as he smiles a bit, and then he turns and leaps 80 feet down the hallway, 10 feet in front of you.
Pocket sand is a reaction. That's
Wait, it goes.
possibility.
Here it is.
No, no.
Cute.
Shit.
And he's just smiling and goes, "Emotions so easy to manipulate."
You know, I really
She
thought
growls
Pocket Sand was
back.
gonna work, guys.
Yeah, you know.
Nerith,
I could have sworn. I look at him, look down at the orb, I raise my hands, fire brewing up in it, and a wave of fire shoots out. Yep. Burning hands.
he succeeds
Cool.
with a
Quarter damage.
18.
So 3 points? 3 or 4?
Four.
Depends on if you roll up or down.
Shoot.
30 feet back. But I'm within 30 feet, so. Aerith
It's
just
his
kinda-
turn. He stands.
What?
You're stable, right?
No, I'm not.
Oh my god, what? No!
The bird has been good to me.
Okay.
He really did good in combat. The
We
bird
should
has been
reload
good
our
to me.
save, guys. Really.
Really should have saved.
I don't know if
My heart is sunken.
I don't know if I'm okay with any of this anymore.
I'm sorry, man. I don't know what to do. You guys keep rolling bad. Like, I can't.
I'm back.
Unless I
back.
say you auto hit, I can't like
Oh
I
my
can't manipulate the RNG.
No, I thought the 15.
Same
I thought was
here.
the last save he
No.
needed. Oh, because he
I
got brought back up. Oh no.
Yeah, I had 115, a 1, another 15, and then that one fucked me.
God damn it. Yeah, it did.
He steps and he is 5 feet away from you. Just steps forward, and he looks to you and he goes, "That was a nice trick." And he holds up his hand, and 3 scorching rays appear in his hand, and he throws them out towards you.
Shields.
1 hits you with a 17.
15 AC, so.
You take well, you have resistance to fire now. We established that, right?
Oh, I do? Awesome.
Yeah. So you only take 4 points of fire damage.
Woot. 11 HP. I got this,
And
guys.
you look down the hallway and you see Torrance breathing is stopped, and his eyes are just wide open, staring at the
She
ceiling.
growls louder. Monster!
Oh, sorry, it's your turn. Yeah, go ahead.
Me?
Yeah, it's your turn. You shout monster, and he goes, "That's one of the names, but I prefer Kuhulu Astarak." Your turn.
Pull out my dagger.
Oh,
And I run
rush
forward
him! Fuck yeah!
and stab.
Do it.
Why the hell not?
At this point.
Yeah.
You do, and his massive hand just clamps around the top of yours.
He slaps it away.
No, he catches it, like with the dagger, and he pulls it, and he pulls your hand into his stomach, and lets the dagger seep in his blood, and he's gonna take some damage for that. And then he just raises the maul and says, "Nice try." Whack!
She just glares up at him the moment before the whack.
18 to hit.
Yep, hits.
$17 total points of damage.
Aerith is down.
And Mirith, you fall unconscious.
Okay.
Roll a death saving throw.
You know, the Fool of the Tarot cards, right?
Another one.
He said we were going to be heroes and fools. The Fool
Another
actually
one.
represents new beginnings.
Another one.
Okay.
You're stable.
Stable.
I don't suppose I could try to pull out some bullshit religion shit.
Yeah, can we pull out any kind of fucking bullshit religion out of this?
I'm okay if Aerith dies.
No.
Sucks.
Okay,
I'm-
Nyx dies. I don't want
The
to
rolls.
it. I'm sorry.
That's how D&D works.
I'm trying to think
That's how
of.
D&D works. I know. We played the song and dance once before. That was the thing.
No, I'm trying to see what he's going to do with you,
It's okay.
No,
because
fair.
he
Think that through.
could
It's a golden chance.
It is a golden
he could either kill you
Mhm.
and eat you, which would be very tasty. He could take you back home,
Mhm.
which could also be fun, and experiment on you.
Basically 2 ways for us to lose our characters.
He could leave you
Yeah.
here.
For more games.
Symbol or
games.
something.
That we're not even worth it.
Basically, there's a 2 out of 3 chance that we lose our characters right here, right now. This is just a TP fucking game.
See if we fucking care.
Honestly,
Their luck did not
my opinion,
help us.
I can see any of the three like options. Whether-
Honestly,
Yeah,
all
yeah.
of this is viable.
Well, he is
Yeah.
he is chaotic evil, so
Mhm.
not even I'm quite sure where his mindset is. I will say you got.
Whatever would cause the most pain.
I will say you got him down to 8 HP.
Of course we did.
Oh, Mirith, you golden god. Powerful fucking woman.
See, because
tried.
this entity was way more worried and concerned with just fucking with you as much as he could before actually fighting. So he had 70 total HP.
Shit.
That does make me feel better. Not gonna lie.
We, like I said, like this was not a bad idea. We had the damage, we had the resources.
No, we
This-
did. It was just the dice didn't want us to win.
So
Which we've had encounters like this before, where the dice basically say no you.
Yep.
This is
Rolling for it.
This is only slightly better than the Shadow.
This is slightly better than the Shadowfell because we don't have 2 confirmed deaths. We only have 1. We stabilized at least.
so
You know. And we got to level 5 with that party, so probably a little more attached, like level wise.
Actually, with the Shadowfell, we were all confirmed dead because they were just.
Oh, that's right.
We were all dead.
We were all
all-
dead because 2 of us stabilized, but at the same time, because of where we were in the Shadowfell, even
Nick.
stabilized, we weren't going to be able to make it out. What?
Nick, what's happening?
What's going on, Nick?
Don't hold back. Just do it.
Just
what you
do
think
it.
would happen.
Whatever you're going to do it at this
I'm
point.
thinking. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah, like
I don't-
it's okay. Like I'm not trying to pressure you. I just like saying it's
We'll keep
okay.
talking then if you're going to think about it. We'll keep.
Unless you need silence.
He's too far in
You
his
can
own
also
head. We're good.
you can also run us over the car if that would be better. If that would be
Yeah.
alright.
Yeah, just kill us and kill us IRL. If that
Please
makes
do
sense.
not apologize. I'm the one who should be apologizing to all of you.
No, it's
No.
Okay.
it's not anybody's fault.
Death is a part of D&D.
It is,
They
but
all did.
these characters have not rolled well. Like ever.
Damn.
Success. This party has not had 1 success.
How is that
So
your fault?
sad.
No, it's not, and that's what's frustrating.
Exactly. That
It's not anybody's fault.
It's kind of
It's-
entertaining, not gonna lie.
It is. It's a party that can't win.
It's like
Yeah.
it's like
No matter
watching.
what we do,
Not gonna
how
lie.
good we are at this game, it doesn't fucking matter. The dice will not let us win.
It's
In
like
terms
watching-
of like watching it like stream, seeing a party that just can't get it together, it's
It's
kind of
incredibly entertaining,
it's-
especially in
it's-
comparison to, it's a D&D game. You've got to have a success somewhere. We're like the ultimate underdogs. Because we just cannot fucking win.
What is the verdict?
I know either way I'm not.
The outcome, no, you guys losing is really bad. I will give you your characters cannot see this. You as players are getting a bit of a cutscene.
Okay.
You watch as your bodies, some of you unconscious, others stable, some of you dead. The camera gets out of your point of view and switches to a third person of the creature heaving, breathing, looking around, smiling to himself as he is seemingly won. And he begins to walk around, and his claws enlarge, and he starts scraping many sides, glyphs and enchantments. 1 second. Because now this is gonna happen. He says, "My Baron."
Baron Philip?
Yes, Baron Philip.
No, not again.
My Baron, they have fallen. Soon, it will all be yours. And he just begins to trace glyph after glyph, mark after mark, and they begin to glow, and hundreds of these tiny demonic entities start to boil up. And they gather up in the main sort of like room, and everyone has been evacuated at this point. And he looks to them all and says, "For the Baron of Bloodshed, fulfill his namesake, consume everything." And he points to the lift. And they begin to scatter, crawl up the shafts. And he walks back down the tunneling hallways, back to where your bodies lay. And he grabs his shoulder, and a dark energy courses through it, and his wounds close. He walks up and he grabs Mirith's body, starts dragging her forwards, throwing her over his shoulder. He walks up to Nyx and puts her under his arm, to Dargul, and holds him up. And as he does, there's this like spark of energy that like recoils him. And then he reaches down, and you see it coming from the holy symbol of Sollaria. And he just rips the holy symbol out, and it's burning in his hand, and he throws it to the side. Grabs Dargul, throws it over his shoulder. Then he walks up to the dead body of Torin, lifts it up, and begins to eat as he walks through the portal, disappearing from this realm. You see a large stone palace with the bodies of hundreds of creatures, humanoid, demonic, whatever. And he approaches, and he pulls out a long stake, and he impales Mirith, Dargul, and Nyx, and their bodies are placed outside on the lawn, and he makes his way in. And that is where we are going to end session tonight.
It's a campaign reset.
Thanks everyone so much for watching. I guess we'll see you next time. And until then, let the good times roll. Goodbye.